All right. Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Geekery Abides, episode number 82. Let's see. I don't know why this keeps changing over. There we go. Episode number 82. We are going to be talking about Harry Potter's seventh movie.
And the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
Yes, something like that. So let's go ahead and hit the intro and jump right on in.
He who is ashamed of his geekery has forgotten the face of Stan Lee.
Do the proud, the geeky.
This is the podcast, Geekery Abides.
All right. Hello and welcome to Geekery Abides, episode number 82. 82 is quite an epic year in film.
It was.
Yeah, there's all kinds. There's Blade Runner Creepshow.
Heyo.
Big fan of one that Peter's a big fan of.
That moss-covered guy is, what a thrilling story.
Especially Fluffy.
Nope, we're not going to talk about that.
E.T., First Blood is in 82. Also, the best Friday the 13th of all time came out in 82. Friday the 13th Part 3. Halloween 3 also came out that year.
I still have not watched that. Are we ever going to watch that?
Sometime we will, yeah.
I think
Poltergeist.
Oh,
One your wife probably appreciates quite a bit.
They're here.
Have you watched that with your daughter yet? That'd be a good one for your to
I
watch
don't
with
think
your
so.
daughter. That'd be a good one to watch there. There's a lot of threes that year. Rocky 3 also that year.
The Hulk Hogan one.
We also had Wrath of Khan, greatest Star Trek movie of all time.
Dark Crystal.
The Thing.
The Thing.
Huge fucking movie. So yeah, massive year for film for sure. One year off of a third best Star Wars movie, 83, but not 82. So you're not even going to argue with me on it because you're a New Hope guy, not even a Return of the Jedi guy.
This is
So
true.
let's go ahead and jump on into the emails first of all. If you want to email the show, the best way to do it is to email either one of us directly. It's Peter at geekeryabides.com and Tad TADD at geekeryabides.com. We do every other on the episodes. The odd ones are my episodes, the even ones are Peter's. And so if you have an email you want read on a specific episode, send the emails to the right area. If you want to surprise someone, of course, send it to the other person. I don't know if we've ever had a bamboozle email, have we? I know we've had some like people responding to specific episodes, so people have it worked out, but we've never had anyone where it's like, hey, I want Peter to be surprised by this, so they send it to me. I don't think we've had that yet, or if we have, I've certainly forgotten. So that is the emails. That's the way to contact the show, and then we'll get over to watching, reading, playing. Go ahead. I mean, it's your episode, so you can figure out how what we're doing here.
Well, I got some stuff to talk about with one thing in mind, so I'll let you go first for all of it.
I have some discussions too.
Okay.
So, watching quite a bit. I got Star Trek: The Next Generation. I watched an episode or so, two of that. Still working my way through the final season. Daredevil: Born Again. Also,
obviously,
watching that pretty heavily. Last weekend, I believe it was Sunday. I think I went the day after our episode, or the day after our episode 2 weeks ago. Went and saw Project Hail Mary.
How was that?
I enjoyed it a lot. I actually knew nothing about it, pretty much. The only thing I knew about it was Andy Weir wrote the novel, and it's the same guy that did The Martian. Beyond that, I knew absolutely fucking diddly squat about it. I hadn't seen a trailer. I didn't know the first thing about the story, like nothing. And then I knew what's his name's in it from Drive or Driver, whatever the movie is called.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling, that's the one. Yeah. I don't know what the hell his name is. I don't know if I've seen a lot of his stuff.
He's going to be in the new Star Wars.
Yeah, that's a ways away, though.
Yeah, but you should know his name.
He was also in Barbie movie. I saw that.
Yes, he is.
But,
I still haven't watched that.
Yeah, because I told my barber that too. I'm like, I don't know if I've really seen anything with him. She started listing a bunch of stuff. Like, no. She said Barbie. I'm like, oh, I actually have seen that.
Yeah.
So, and then last weekend I bought as well as threw on. This is one that's been throwing scenes at me on social media a little bit here and there. I bought the movie Amadeus.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
F. Murray Abraham. I believe he won an Oscar for it. And
I watched that movie a lot in junior high.
Oh, really? Yeah, I've never seen it.
There was I had band in junior high.
Oh, okay.
And if my band teacher got migraines,
Oh my
so
god.
if she ever got could you imagine having a migraine and trying to listen to 7th and 8th and 9th graders play the tuba and French horn and saxophone,
Bassoon.
clarinet, all of it. So if it was a movie that related to music, we were allowed to watch it.
Oh.
So Amadeus, Mr. Holland's Opus, and because Amadeus, that's the
Mozart.
the Mozart movie, right?
Yeah, F. Murray Abraham plays Salieri,
Yeah.
the Italian composer.
So that one, Mr. Holland's Opus, and then That Thing You Do with Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay.
I've seen those movies many times.
Yeah.
Many times. The best part, the only good part about it though, is that she was a really cool teacher. Shout out Miss Macbeth.
She's not a drama, or she's not an English teacher with a name like that?
No, she was not. She was the band teacher.
You're like, that'd be like,
it was me. I know.
yeah, it's like
it's
having your last name be Tooth. And you're like, I'm gonna go.
She could have been Lady Macbeth.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go be a podiatrist because my name is Tooth. It's my surname.
Thad Tooth.
Yeah, that Tooth. I'm gonna go be a fucking podiatrist. No,
There's
you
a-
fucking idiot. Be a goddamn dentist, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
But the best part was her classroom was right across from the lunchroom, and they had vending machines outside the lunchroom.
Yeah, that's pretty standard.
So
I think that's actually to get around a law. I think every school did that because I think there was actually laws that you can't have vending machines in the. Cause you ever notice that? Even in our high school,
yeah, they
were always outside.
Weren't in. They were always outside.
Yeah, so I think there may have been like a law about not putting vending machines
Interesting.
in the.
She always allowed us like, hey, I'm gonna go grab something from the vending machine. She didn't even give it like it was a hall pass because it was literally like 8 feet across the hall.
Yeah.
And then my locker was right outside the door. And it was the last class of the day. So it's like, drop my shit off. Go. I see the TV in there. I go drop my shit off. I grab myself a soda and a bag of chips, go in and just.
Yeah. It was definitely good. Yeah, there's a couple scenes I kept seeing on it, on like social media and stuff, and yeah, like the one where he's talking to the priest about the different melodies.
Yeah.
He doesn't know any of them, and then he does like Mozart's, and he knows it immediately.
Yeah.
So it's just like yeah. So no, it was I had never seen it. I know it's like big. It was actually one of the earlier films that like did a huge number at the box office. I want to say it was like nominated for 8 or 10 Academy Awards and shit. So
Yeah.
pretty big movie and stuff. So that would have been the year of our birth too, because it was 84 that movie came out. So the Oscars of 85. Then I also watched Apt Pupil for our hangout for the other show.
Yeah.
And of course I watched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So yeah, so that's my watching. On the reading side, I did start reading Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
I saw that yesterday when we hung out. He had it going in the car. I was like, hey. And I heard one sentence and knew instantly where you were. I'm such a nerd for Harry Potter. Dude, there's this guy on Instagram who's like, I'm going to read you one page and you tell me what book it's from in the 7 Harry Potters. And I'm like,
a page?
A page. He
Okay.
read a page. I'm like, I kind of was like, I wonder if I could do that with Tad with the Dark Tower.
I was going to say a page is easy, I think, because you're talking a page. That could be like 3 or 4 paragraphs. I feel like that's going to like, now if you said like a paragraph, that might be a little bit more challenging.
I will say that it does get confusing. He picks pretty good pages because it's like, I'll just give you an example. It's like Snape was looking down on Harry and Harry was looking him back with hatred. And it's like, okay, well, that's fucking 6 books right there. Like I can't narrow it down off of
That
that.
could literally be hundreds of people.
Yeah.
You shot him
You
in
have
the
any
back.
idea how little that narrows it down?
Yeah. So I have a couple notes.
Okay.
From reading. Too much Dudleys.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more Dudleys than
Yeah.
there is in the movies.
Yeah, I was my bloodlust was
It's even worse, right?
yes, indeed.
The whole first part of the book is them.
Yeah, I'd say a first quarter of the book.
Yeah.
Probably. So we also didn't really get a bunch of the pre-calling magic from Harry. There's a lot of stuff in the books of stuff that was happening to him and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think any of that was in the movie really, right?
No.
Like flying up the thing, his hair
His
getting
hair, no.
none of that shit. So because like the other part of it now is it's been so long since I watched it, I'm getting fuzzy about like
Was that in there? Was it not?
Yeah. Also, like the rat, I was like, okay, so that's a villain now. I know that already.
You're like, hey.
So,
Watching you.
but that's not the first one though, right?
Third book.
Okay, so that's still a ways
you
away.
You don't have to worry about that in this one.
And then did the movie, whichever one, give us the idea that Harry got a room where the fat twat was mad that he was losing his second room. Was that even covered at all in the movies? Because that felt very unfamiliar to me.
I don't think they even like. I think
Because they move him out from under the stairs into a room, and the kid's throwing a fit about he doesn't want to lose his second room. And I'm like, that's like a level of villainy.
Yeah.
That like, and I'm like, if the movie missed that, they drop the fucking ball.
Oh yeah. No, they leave it. They leave it out.
That's like because that's just a level of like.
It's all his broken shit too. So it's like literally like Harry like catalogs like, oh, there's the broken computer, there's the broken bike, there's the broken remote control car, and just like all these broken things that Dudley has broken over the years because he's so careless with his things.
Yeah, I also have a Star Wars connection.
Go on.
So Hugh Yang, I think, might be inspired by a character in this.
The robot, the droid.
Yeah, that's made every lightsaber for 20,000 years or some shit like that.
Yeah,
19,000 years, I think, in Star Wars. Knows every lightsaber, every person, knows the subtleties of them all. There's a wand person that's the same way.
Ollivander.
So as he's going through in that, I was like, I bet you anything. I'm like, I wonder if this, like, a Hugh Yang may actually be completely inspired by this character.
Could be.
Because it felt very,
Yeah, because Hugh Yang came along in the Rebels? No.
He was in Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, okay.
Yeah, there was some of the ones where they followed the younglings in the Jedi Temple and stuff. But then he was in Ahsoka. Yeah. So, but it's like I have to imagine that character's based on the character in Harry Potter.
Ollivander.
Because it's just like Hugh Yang's the same way. He's just like, oh yeah, this like whatever. And like in Ahsoka, he ends up giving like, the same like coupler that, Kanan had. It's like, oh, there's only 2 of these ever made. He used one. Here's the other one type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like that just felt like a, for me, I'm doing it in reverse, but like it's definitely felt like probably an inspiration there.
Yeah, because because the thing with Ollivander is he's in the movie and he helps Harry pick out his wand, but he doesn't go off about like, oh yeah, your mom had this wand, this length, made from this with this core.
Yeah, Dumbledore, Voldemort, like everything like that, or Voldemort, I guess, huh?
Yeah, Voldemort.
They don't say that in the movies.
No, it's Voldemort.
Okay, which is how it's spelled.
Yes.
Yeah,
but then again, not everything is how it's spelled. Otherwise,
there's
Zogna would be a.
There. Oh, as I'll say, T's at the end can be silent quite a bit. So it's kind of weird to me that they haven't like figured out exactly what's like the proper when it comes to that. Also, I called Malfoy in the shop. I knew that was him.
You're like, hey.
Yeah, I was like, that's going to be that little fucking turd.
Yep.
And then later on, they finally confirmed that. Yep. So, also, I'd say, like, a thing that shocked me is I feel like there's a completely different relationship with Hermione throughout the entire, for most of it, except for maybe the last, like, 2 hours. I'm like, I have an hour left, but it's like, I feel like it only finally turned to where it's actually feeling like she's actually part of,
with the troll,
with their group. It's like, but even that, like, no, I think that even felt like more of like we're just not responsible even, but it's just like, well, we don't want her to get hurt. Yeah. It's like she didn't feel like she was part of like the team or the group until like pretty goddamn late in the book.
It was
like, they're both annoyed by her, and it's like it's the J.K. Rowling writes a beautiful line there that I still have memorized. It's after they deal with the troll, Hermione lies to cover their butts to save them, saying that it was her fault. And then there's a line where when they get back to the common room, because Hermione's already been released, so she's back at the common room waiting for them. When they get back, they both just go like kind of shyly like, "You've had those fights when you were a kid." Like, sorry. Yeah. Well, actually, you probably never did because you're evil and heartless. Well, because I never had to apologize for anything. Because you never did anything wrong ever. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Eric Cartman, tell that to the officer. But it's a good reference. It is a good reference. But there's a line there at the end of that chapter where it says, there are certain things that you can't experience without becoming best friends, and fighting a mountain troll is one of them. So from there on out, it's like she's a part of the group. What you're feeling is they're getting used to each other. Yeah. Being part of the movie, I felt like pretty much from the train, they damn near kind of, I mean, not to say there wasn't some annoyance, but like she was there. Yeah. It felt like, and I get it felt like the troll thing, like where Ron insults her and she runs off to the bathroom, was more of a fight than like the status quo. Yeah, they didn't like each other. Yeah, 100%. And then my last note here: the movie is actually fairly decent when it comes to being accurate to the book. Yeah. The movie did feel a bit stilted at times. I mentioned at times it felt like they were just jumping around the school year pretty quickly, and I'm like, that must have just been because of the movie. But the book's the exact same way. There's there's not a lot of meat left off the bone. I don't know. So it's a pretty accurate adaptation. Sure. Yeah, we jumped from Halloween to like damn near Christmas. Yeah. It's a pretty, so yeah, no, and that's not to like shit on anything. It's just a matter of like, I like because I remember you probably still remember this. I told you there was a cut in Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I guarantee there's an edit right here. When we get the extended edition, I said, I guarantee there's something in here.
Yep.
And guess what was there when the extended edition came out? There's a fucking scene there.
There
it's
was.
Like, it was a rough enough cut where it's just like, no,
Like,
that's something's off there.
Yep.
And that's kind of the vibe I got with the movie, but no, it really wasn't. And then I feel like I've got to sneeze.
Bless you. That's what always stops is you tell someone bless you.
Well, it's like one of those like close to sneezes.
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, it might hit me, but it might not. I
I
don't
do
know.
that to my wife all the time. She gets that look on her face where she's about to sneeze. I go, bless you. And she goes, you bastard.
And then it's been good though. I don't know when I'm going to jump into the second book though, because we were just talking
We
about
got a bunch of stuff.
We got other stuff on the Stephen King side, also the Talisman with with
the third book coming out in September,
something like that.
Yeah.
Or no, October.
October.
So it's
Other
like-
Worlds Than These.
Yeah, so it's like I got to read The Stand, It, and both of those two books before October. I'm like, honestly, maybe this is like a one and done until maybe November or so. It might be a while before I
Yeah.
get to the rest of these books because, like, yeah, it's just I got to be very strategic because I don't want to like
you can leave the standoff. You don't need to read.
I don't want to like start some like in the middle of like you start book 2 and then have to drop it for a bunch of shit. So
luckily, book 2 is still pretty short. So
yeah.
I think it's like 9 hours if I remember right.
No, I think it's over 10.
Is
the
it over
first
10?
one's not,
Oh,
but
okay.
because that's why originally you had to give it to me. Remember when Audible used to let you give?
you would be like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not using a credit on something under 10 hours. And then like moving on then to my playing, I am fully ingrained now in the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
Playing it
replay.
again?
So yeah, did unknowingly play the expansion because I knew there's an expansion. It's one of the reasons I wanted to jump back in. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna replay the whole game. And I just didn't realize. I was like, oh look, there's a guy there, and it's like looks like I could talk to him. And I'm like, don't really remember this guy though, standing right here. And then it just triggers like the whole title card comes up, Indiana Jones and the Great Giants or something. I'm like, that's the name of the thing. So I ended up just like within the first like probably 30 minutes of the first like location, I was going on this complete fucking
Side quest
where you end up in the fucking Coliseum at one
Oh
point.
my
and
God.
shit, where it's just like, what the fuck is going on? But I was like, okay, I guess I thought I was going to wait for the very end and come back to this, but apparently I'm doing it right now. So
alrighty then.
and I thought about like going back to my last save and not doing it, but I'm like, yeah, let's just do it. Why not?
It's new. It's shiny.
Yeah, indeed. But yeah, so I've been playing that. That's why I got my my Knights Templar shirt.
From the best Indiana Jones movie.
And yesterday I wore my Club Obi-Wan shirt
You sure did.
when I was out and about
Yeah.
doing my stuff. So I was like, it's like, oh, I'm going to wear this. I'm like, no, because I should wear that for the podcast because it's the Indiana Jones game.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I have 2 Indiana Jones shirts, which is really weird.
He's getting out of hand. Another 2 of them.
2 of them. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, what do you got?
So for me, my discussion comes from watching, so I'm going to save that actually. Reading is actually pretty hefty. I finished Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. I don't remember if that was last episode or this episode, so I'm throwing it on there just in case. The full cast version.
What are you thinking of it? So, like, of them so far?
Oh,
still?
they're fantastic.
Yeah.
They are very well done. It feels like
Are you gonna like alternate?
I think I am. I might do one year and then the other year, which builds out. You know,
'Cause I know you're not-
I'm
I know
really
you're-
craving Jim Dale's version
I was
of
about
the.
to say, I know you're not gonna just abandon. The
Oh no,
original version.
his performance is just too fucking good.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about him so far with his?
Yeah, I think it's good. I can like I feel like I don't know. In a way, sometimes narrators can be like referees. If they're doing their job, you don't notice them. And like this is my only experience. So it's not like I've read it and now I'm like, oh, so this is like whatever. Like this is the first experience. But yeah, like I'm not noticing him really, and I think that's a compliment.
I think he does
So.
it. I think also he does really well with differentiating the voices, because for us Americans, one British person can sound like the other, but I think he does enough voices.
tea, governor.
Yeah. A bowl of water. He does enough for me that I.
And no offense to our UK listeners.
Of course not. You guys can make fun of us too. Trust me. There's plenty to make fun of us Americans with.
Yes.
But I think he does enough with the different voices that it's like, oh, when it's one of those lines that doesn't have, and, you know, I brought a toad, said Neville. You know, it's like, when it doesn't have that said Neville, when it's like, I brought a toad, it's like, oh, that's Neville. I recognize the voice, you know, kind of thing. So,
No, I can see that for sure. Yeah.
I like that. But I am reading Black House. You mentioned it. Talisman has a third book coming out this October. I finished Talisman
And
a while ago.
A Ninth or a Tower book, it sounds like.
Sounds like it. And I started in on Black House, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I I can't get enough of it. And then just to last night into today, I figured out how to finally read comics on my computer. So
okay.
I've been reading some comic books thanks to Tad's awesome Christmas gift that I have not.
So what was it? Did you do that emulator thing I sent you?
That's what it was. I didn't think it was working at first because it only had video like phone games. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, it's not working. And then I realized that I actually had to go to the Play Store, log in.
The one thing I'll say too is the one person out there that kind of subsidizes tablets is Kindle.
Yeah.
You can get like a Kindle Fire or something. There is things online to jailbreak them to where you can actually have the Google Play Store on your Kindle. That's
really?
how I originally did
Okay.
it. So before I upgraded to a Samsung.
It's working really well. I got my nice big monitor. And the only downside is I need to figure out a way if I could program an arrow key on my keyboard to go to the next page. Because right now I have to put my key over like you do with the Kindle app and click to move over.
Which probably you wouldn't because like keystrokes aren't really a thing on Android.
It's not a thing on the phone, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if I could look up, and that's the only complaint I have because I like to, if I'm reading, I want to sit back. I don't want to have to lean forward and grab my mouse. Maybe I'll get pull the mouse up and just have it on my stomach and just be able to click through.
Yeah. What are you reading?
So I had started Daredevil on my phone, which there was 2 comics where he was with Spider-Man. And then that led into the Frank Miller stuff. So that's where I was at, but I also Googled because I saw a post the other day where it said Marvel dropped the ball with this one, and it was a quick highlight reel of the Moon Knight series, where it's like, how have we not got a second season with that cliffhanger that they left us?
Yeah.
And so I'm like, fuck, dude, I want to go read some Moon Knight. So I just quick Google, went to Reddit, what's the best Moon Knight standalone to read? And then I came across Moon Knight Silent Night. It's where he's supposed to be meeting with his girl, Mark Spector. Is supposed to be meeting with his girl for Christmas, and instead he's out fighting crime. Like, 2 guys murder a Santa Claus who apparently is bad in with his bookies, and he's chasing the 2 guys down.
Not the Santa Claus, though.
It is this. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it isn't.
It's a mall Santa Claus.
Yeah, because in Marvel, like, Santa Claus exists, and he's actually, like, beyond Omega level. Like, he's basically one of those powerful creatures in the entire Marvel universe. So
no, it's a mall Santa Claus who was in bad with his bookies. And so he's out chasing them. And so
I missed the bookie part. Yeah, of course Santa Claus wouldn't.
Santa Claus wouldn't have a book. He would be the bookie.
Yeah, exactly.
the Don Claus.
The bookies pay him.
Yeah. They pay protection from the North Pole.
Yeah.
Santa Claus just has a pullover. But so that I read that one, and then I jumped into Daredevil, and I read the first episode with Frank Miller. It even has like an intro card to him.
Like when him as a writer or him as the because he
artist
as the artist. Okay, so you started about the same time I did. Then.
Yeah, so it's like it says like every now and then a great artist joins Marvel, and it gives like a bunch of people, and they all had fun nicknames. So like Ivan the Hammer Drago, like things like that, and then it's like Lanky Frank Miller, and I'm just like, kind of weird for someone to be like lanky with Frank Miller. Like the guy's a fucking legend. I'm like, I guess not back then he wasn't, he'll take whatever Stan Lee gives him. So
yeah.
So I read that one.
I guess I would imagine he was like a tall, lanky dude.
Which
right?
makes sense, right?
So yeah.
But so I'm reading that, and there's these 3 characters in there, they're henchmen, and the villain is fighting Daredevil in a cemetery. It is like, because they kidnapped Murdoch and brought him there. And this villain's like a time traveler that Murdoch evidently like cast into the annals of time, who has fought his way back through centuries to get back to this point to where he wants to kill Daredevil. So basically his hands are like charged, and he has to like try and kill him.
Yeah, it sounds familiar because I read that. So yeah.
But there was a thing in there, a throwaway line, and then a little thing. I love that they do this, where it's like, but Iron Man killed my original 3 henchmen, and it's like, see Iron Man 116.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder what happened there. So I went and I read that comic to figure out what happened to those guys.
I mean, it's not good in your realm, but back in the day, if a kid now went to the comic book store and bought that, you're just adding sales to your company.
It would just be like,
right?
okay, then he bought an Iron Man, and then later on it's like, see Iron Man 118, see Avengers 126, and then there's literally on the next frame, it's like, And those pesky Avengers was like, again, see event. It literally says, and again, see Avengers 126. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah.
They did not care back then. They were like blatant, like, buy more.
Yeah, but the kids wouldn't have seen it that way, right?
No, they would have been like, I gotta know what happened.
Yeah, because like the other thing too is I'm not going to say that DC wasn't really doing this, but Marvel really embraced like the whole connected universe way more than anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and like so they were just really ingrained in that. And I feel like it just became like the sales pitch where it's just like, oh, you want to know what's being referenced here? Because it's like a lot of times it's not even that really necessary for the reference, but it's
No.
like they're referencing it so they can get, you know, because if you get a kid that only is buying Daredevil books, which wouldn't be a lot of kids because he was pretty unpopular there. He was
Right.
like a D level, whatever. But it's like,
But
if,
those niche kids that that were introduced only to
if
Daredevil.
you can go hook them into Iron Man,
Well, yeah, get them
now they're
hooked on
now
Iron
they're
Man.
buying 2 books a month, you know,
Exactly.
type thing. So no, 100%, you know. So yeah, that's cool.
They got me, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever done that or not so far.
It was fun.
Yeah,
'Cause
no,
it's like, okay, now I understand. And the funny part was, it's like right after that frame, I stopped, went and read Iron Man. I'm like, okay, the 2 henchmen were over in the corner because they left one of them behind. Got caught by Black Widows in this comic, by the way. I'm just like, holy
Yeah.
fuck. Natasha Romanoff?
romantically
Yeah,
too.
she's like Matt's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the hell?
yeah. I think
Wait a minute.
Charlie's actually mentioned that.
Yeah,
And they're like, oh, who would you want to like cross paths with the Avengers? He's like, well, I wish you know, Black Widow was still around because I've heard that old Daredevil has had some goes with her.
good lord. If you could, like, the way Charlie Cox looks and Natasha Romanoff, if they had a kid, whoo,
Yeah,
good lord.
but too bad she did.
No.
Although we have other universes now, so
This is true, we do. But right when I got back to Daredevil after reading that Iron Man comic, I'm like, oh, okay, so that's how those henchmen died. I get back and Daredevil's like, why is he walking away from me? My sense is telling me that he's walking towards the henchman. Guys, look out! And he just touches him and fucking kills him. It's like, oh God. He just like, I took this break to go find out why these henchmen even exist, to come back just for them to freaking die instantly. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, good lord.
yeah.
So,
Because again, it's easier for you too, because you could just click out and stuff. Whereas a kid would have to like, when's the next time I go to the comic book store?
Yep.
Or do they actually have this in stock? And like, you know,
Yep.
so they would just finish their book and then go and grab those references. But you have the internet, so you're just like, ooh, you know what they
Yep.
really should do is actually build it with the
Make it
link
so it's
where you can just
clickable.
Click it. You just click
that
it.
is
And
interesting.
it just goes over. But see, the reason because I've kind of understand like just how like interconnected Marvel is, so
Yeah.
I've just fully accepted that it's like there's gonna be things I don't understand, and I'm like, but it's gonna turn into a goddamn mess if I just keep following those.
Because
Because
one's
one's gonna-
going down those branches, you're never going to finish the story.
Exactly. So I'm just like, if there's something that was really interesting, I'll take note of it. Where it's like
Yeah.
maybe I'll go read that or whatever. But it's like I've just been like, Tad, you got to stay. Like
Yes.
it's already bad enough because I'm like trying to like read X-Men, Daredevil, and God, what else was I reading? Yeah, either way,
Fantastic Four.
I had too many things I was reading all at once. Where I'm like, the last thing I need is add more.
Yeah, it's just a matter. The thing I'm struggling with is just a matter of figuring out what to read
Yeah.
and how to
Have you
find
done
it.
any big events yet?
I mean, Secret Wars,
But not that.
we read Secret Wars, but not since
Yeah.
I no.
Yeah.
I literally got this set up late last night.
Oh,
and-
okay.
Or earlier today. No, it was last night. And then I was today. My wife and daughter went to go do something, mommy daughter time. And I'm like, I got the house to myself. What am I going to do? Am I going to play my game? I was kind of in a spot where I didn't want to go further in my game because I had to come over and record with you. So I was like, I have a 40 minutes to kill. I want to kind of eat something. What do I want to do? Do I want to watch something? And you'll see when I get to my watch the reason why I didn't want to watch something. But I was like, oh, I got the comics set up. So I just went back in and dove back into Daredevil, and I read the Daredevil comic today. And then the Iron Man comic today. But I read Moon Knight last night. So
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
literally within the last probably 24 hours that I've been doing this. So no,
that's
I have
fair.
not anything yet. So that's a matter of I got to figure out what I want to read and then
Yeah.
build my list. Basically, is like, because that's the thing, is like you can build lists to read through. So
Yeah.
but that's reading. I'm still playing a little bit of Arc Raiders, but I'm fully back into 7 Days to Die, that zombie game. My wife got me addicted again. It's the game I've played the most on PC. I have over 2,000 hours in it, so yeah. Watching Scrubs, Daredevil Born Again, a couple true crime documentaries, one about a serial killer I've never heard of, one about a two couples where a husband goes missing. The other husband divorces his wife and marries the widow. And then questions are raised about the life insurance policy that he sold the widow's husband. So that was fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 at Pupil, just like you. And I watched Nuremberg.
Okay. What'd you think?
And here's my 3 thoughts from Nuremberg. This is my discussion stuff. I had no idea the legal issues with charging the Nazis. I had no idea that war crimes and trying someone on a global scale like that didn't exist before Nuremberg. Geneva Convention. It's against the Geneva Convention. You're tried, you're put to death, or you're sent to prison. I thought that was a thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it wasn't by other countries. Your own country did it. If they put Hermann Goering on trial in Germany by Germans, he's not convicted.
He'd be president.
He would be Reichsmarschall.
Yeah.
They would be like, case dismissed. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Here's $1 million.
Yeah. Here's $1 million Reichsmark. I also thought it was interesting, just social call out here. Deportation is something that they charge the Nazis with. Forcibly removing people from their land. I thought that was kind of just like, never thought about that. Like obviously that's a crime. You took Polish people and you made them leave their home.
Yeah.
Like it just all the other atrocities, I never considered deportation as a crime that, the beginnings of the UN would care about.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. It's just like,
Yeah.
And then I got this thought, and I don't know how this has never been done, but could you imagine a Chernobyl,
like prestige series
Thank you. That's a great way of putting it. A prestige series
on HBO, of course.
On HBO, of course. Showing the Hitler years in Germany. We always get like from the Jewish perspective, from the
American ally,
from the Americans,
allies,
from
whoever.
the French, from the
Dutch.
Dutch.
You know how you do it? Rise and Fall of the Third Reich.
Dude,
adapt that.
Like seriously, I'm serious.
William L. Shirer.
I'm serious. Like, how have we not gotten because Russell Crowe was brilliant as Goering.
Yeah.
How have we not got a show about him being Reichsmarschall and Himmler and Heinrich and the Desert Fox and Hitler? Make him a small character that shows up in big moments and stuff like that. But man, could you imagine if they put the Nuremberg rallies on film? I mean, I know they are in real life.
Yeah.
We have the films from it. But could you imagine if someone made a show like that? Like, you're not supposed to like Goering in Nuremberg, but you kind of start to feel for him a little bit. And then you catch yourself like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not supposed to like him.
Well, there's one where it's one of my favorite pictures of the era, because it's a bunch of people. They're like, it looks like a picnic or something, and there's like 20, 30 of them, and they're all just laughing, hugging. It's just like, it looks like an office party type thing. And it's just like, oh, this is the staff of Auschwitz.
Oh God.
And it's just like, yeah, it's just
That's in a movie.
No, it's just a picture. It's a real photograph that they took for like a group photo of like whatever. And it's like, this is like, the nurses, the guards, but nobody's in uniform. And it's just one of those things because it's like uncomfortable, because it's just like, it's easy to just portray them as monsters in your mind, which they are in a sense, but it's like, but they are real people too.
Right.
They're three-dimensional human beings that like.
Imagine that, taking that picture and making a 5, 6, 7, 8 season series about the rise of the Third Reich into the fall. You don't even have to show like horrific stuff like Schindler's List does and everything. Just show like the bureaucracy that they go through. Because
problem is that people would see that as glamorizing.
I honestly, I want to demonize it is what I want to do, because I loved what they did with Goering in Nuremberg in the movie Nuremberg. Is they talked about it. It started with laws. It started with men making laws that they thought were just, which took away basic human rights.
Yeah.
And that's where I want to see that. And I get where you're coming from, that it would make them look, good.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's where at the end you do the Band of Brothers thing and you slap people in the face with the Holocaust. And be like, all of that led to this.
Yeah.
Or maybe you show it at the same time so that you don't make it.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of interesting that we have so many things about every other aspect of World War II. but never from that one aspect. And I guess maybe that's the reason why is I didn't think about that it would glorify them.
Yeah, that's probably the concern would be my guess, but yeah, no, it is definitely interesting for sure. But yeah, no, it was a good movie.
I thoroughly enjoyed
I think
it.
I bought a book or so on Nuremberg. I don't know if I've ever actually read them though, because it's like, yeah, I know there's a whole lot about it, but like I've never really taken a deep dive into it. Like I think it's always just an afterword of like, oh, World War II, then Nuremberg happened and a bunch of people got hung, and
I forgot. I didn't put 2 and 2 together in all my time studying World War II and learning about it. That Nuremberg is where the Nazis held their rallies.
Yeah.
Until that scene with the Shannon and
Rami Malek.
Rami.
Yeah.
Where they're at the Nuremberg Coliseum, and it's like,
yeah,
this is where he held his rallies, and I was like, oh fuck, it is that, like Nuremberg. Like I just never put 2 and 2 together. Nuremberg trials, Nuremberg rallies.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, that's good. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
It's on Netflix, by the way, if anyone wants to watch it.
Yeah, indeed.
All right, so that's what's going to lead us into. We're going to talk about Harry Potter now.
Yeah, main topic.
All
right.
Speaking of wanting to commit genocide, Voldemort. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So one thing I just want to throw out right off the bat. I know we're most of the way through this series now.
Yeah.
Connection game.
Okay.
That we played back in the Link and stuff. It's like 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
Is there any direct connection to Star Wars? Not 2 steps, but is there anyone that's shared? Because in my brain, I could not think of a single person that
was in Star Wars that's in Harry Potter.
And the 6 movies specifically. I don't know about the sequels, like because I'm not trying to like
one in this one.
I'm not trying to like I'm not shitting on the sequels. I just because back in the day when we played this game a lot would have been like the Lucas era Star Wars stuff, and it's
okay. So you're talking like 1 through 6.
Yes, 1 through 6. Just because it starts.
You're looking at when we would have been playing this when we worked at Walmart.
Yeah, it starts to reverberate out to the sense of it's just like, oh my god, like the sequels had all kinds of shit and stuff. So because I couldn't think of anyone. Warwick Davis.
Warwick Davis.
Okay, finally thought of it. Yeah, because
There
he's hardly in the goddamn thing.
He is,
but that's really not a lot though. Versus like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings, where it's just like there's
like,
multiple people that are just direct connections, and like that was the other thing is Lord of the Rings. Is there anyone to this?
Trying to think.
I'm challenging you here a little bit, but
trying to think.
I don't count MCU because MCU at this point is so fucking ungodly and beastly that it's like there's nothing that doesn't connect directly to the MCU. In fact, I would say that would be the challenge: is find me something that doesn't have a direct connection to the MCU because it probably doesn't exist. But Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure that I
can't think of anyone off the top of my head. No, I got no one.
Okay.
Not that I can think of.
Because at first I forgot about Warwick Davis, so I was sitting there thinking like, man, there's like no one connected to Star Wars, no one connected to Lord of the Rings. Because I thought to myself like, man, back when we played that linking game a lot, like to connect actors and stuff, I'm like this could have been one because there's a lot of people in this. But I'm like, but wait, it doesn't really like directly tie to Lord of the Rings or Star Wars. It does with Gary Oldman to Batman. So you can connect to, not that we ever use Batman massively, but I mean, we weren't even all the way through the Dark Knight series when we played that game heavily back in the day. So
there's no one.
No one?
I just Googled it. There's one actor, Kieran Shaw, I think that's how you pronounce it. Little person. Played the scale double for Frodo in Lord of the Rings and played a goblin in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. So the opening scene where they go to Gringotts, not the opening scene, but that one scene where they go to Gringotts. So aside from that, it mentions Ian McKellen and Christopher Lee that both turned down roles in Harry Potter.
Because I know that you would have 2 steps, with a lot of this stuff. It'd be easy to probably go, oh, this guy to Star Wars or whatever. But I was just trying to find those Venn diagrams of like, where's the direct connections? And like, they're just, I guess Warwick Davis is the one for Star Wars, which I can't believe I didn't think of that. But otherwise though, there's not a lot of, because in that early 2000s, era, I just felt like there were certain people who were just jumping to like franchise to franchise.
I mean, you do have several actors that are in Harry Potter that are easy outs for the series.
No, but I'm saying direct though.
Yeah,
like Christopher Lee's in both Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. Where it's just like
Orlando Bloom's in Pirates and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, like there's like we always used to talk about how there's like there was like a weird like multifaceted Venn diagram of like you can kind of just like find one, and like that became like this like nest. And I was just thinking about, I'm like, I don't know if Harry Potter would be added to that nest very not as directly.
Because this would have,
you'd be adding multiple steps to use Harry Potter,
right?
From my view,
this would have been in before the MCU as well. So you were looking at like the X-Men movie. So Ian McKellen with Lord of the Rings, was that connection?
Yeah.
And then you have like there's someone else in the prequels that we use a lot. Sammy J. Yeah. We use him a lot now for the MCU and stuff like that. But
I mean, everything. That dude is one of the hardest working actors of all time.
He is.
Like, he gets into fucking Goodfellas. Like, he's all over the place. But.
I mean, but we do have, obviously, a very easy actor for any of the Harry Potter actors, Gary Oldman. I mean,
Gary is probably one of your best outs for sure.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that the kids have all done stuff. Like
not a ton. Rupert Grint, who plays Ron Weasley, honestly, I think he just basically retired after Harry Potter. I don't think
you got Pattinson.
I don't think he's done a single one. Pattinson is in the fourth movie. You got someone who was in I pointed him out in one
Mr.
of our,
Mercedes. He's been
Gleason,
in some stuff.
Yeah.
Because like he's in a
Barty Crouch Jr., the last one, the one that was pretending to be Mad Eye. That's David Tennant, for fuck's sake. So
yeah,
that's a big one.
That's big.
And then obviously in this one, we got two huge additions in this one. So Bill Nye plays Rufus Scrimgeour.
Oh, okay.
That is a massive one. I have that in my notes.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Domhnall Gleeson.
Yeah, Domhnall Gleeson. That's Hux.
Who
was he in this?
Bill Weasley. He's Ron's older brother who's all scarred up at the beginning. You meet him, and he's engaged.
Was he the dragon one? Was he the one in Romania studying dragons? Or?
That's Charlie. Bill's in Egypt working for Green Gods. So his oldest brother is Bill. His second oldest brother is Charlie. But Bill in the movie, because we're talking movie, he walks in and he's like, yeah, courtesy of Fenrir Greyback. And he's got like a slashes on his face, like scars. And he's engaged to Fleur Delacour, who was the champion in Book 4, the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, I said that right. I doubted myself for a second. They're having their wedding. It's their wedding that gets crashed when...
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
But yeah, Hux.
It's like, they're doing a wedding when they're thinking about they shouldn't. I'm like, well, that's not going to go well.
Yeah. So there is a direct connection, but when you're talking 1 through 6, there wasn't. But Hux, Gleason is in it. Yeah.
And I assume that there may be something with the sequels, just because like people that would have been famous from Harry Potter may have actually got roles in.
I mean, Hux right there. That's the big one for me.
Yeah. No,
that
for
I know
sure.
about.
Yeah.
Before we jump into Harry Potter too much, I do want to read John's email because I just have it on a different tab. So he says he's watching Survivor 50. I haven't watched Survivor in 15 to 20 years. I had no idea the Survivor had that many seasons.
I mean, yeah, they've been doing that since the 90s.
Yeah.
So, and I think they're like...
And they do like multiple...
Yeah.
So they don't just do one
a year.
Yeah, they do multiple. But decided to watch the 50th season, but it's not good. They actually have an immunity idol called the Billie Eilish Boomerang Idol, and then a facepalm emoji. Tad, do you know what a Billie Eilish is?
It's a musician, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
I think there's something on my Spotify somewhere.
I didn't know if you knew that.
Bad Guy?
Huh?
Bad Guy? Is that the song?
I honestly could not tell you. I just know the name.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I'd have to ask my daughter.
It was a movie or something that I saw that had the song. I was like, that's kind of catchy, and I threw it on my Spotify list.
Yeah.
So,
nothing against Billie Eilish. I'm just old. So, reading The Demon of Unrest, a saga of hubris, heartbreak, and heroism at the dawn of the Civil War, came out in 2024 by Eric Larson, is a narrative nonfiction book that chronicles the volatile 5-month period between the election of Abraham Lincoln in November 1960 and the Confederate bombardment of Fort Sumter in April 1861. That's a good book.
Also, that reminds me, John sent me an email.
Oh, yeah?
Better Call Saul. We talked about old Price and the Squat Cobbler.
Oh, God.
They actually did film something.
No, they did not.
Yeah, I don't think it was a deleted scene. They literally filmed it, so I will be sending it to you.
Reaction video?
Maybe we should do a reaction.
Should we do a reaction video?
I don't know how I've never actually caught wind of this, so John, thank you for
You haven't seen it?
No,
You didn't know?
No.
John,
No,
MVP.
Yeah, that's so actually I've watched a smidge of it from what he sent, and I was just like, oh my, because I'm like, have I seen this? Am I whatever?
Right.
Is a deleted scene?
All
so
right.
yeah, we might have to to do something there.
We might. Okay, so then he's playing Diddy Kong Racing N64. Then he has main topic. He says, I'm having trouble finding the words to express how I really felt about this film, so I asked ChatGPT to do it for me. And then he has a quote here. This is where he used ChatGPT. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 often feels like a disappointment entry in the series because it lacks the sense of magic, momentum, and payoff that made earlier films so engaging. Instead of delivering a compelling narrative arc, the story drags through long stretches of camping and aimless wandering, with Harry, Ron, and Hermione frequently struck in repetitive, gloomy situations that slow the pacing to a crawl. The decision to split the final book into 2 parts becomes especially noticeable here, as the installment feels more like an extended setup than a complete story, leaving viewers without a satisfying resolution. While the darker tones aims to reflect the seriousness of the stakes, it ends up feeling overly bleak and stripped of the charm and wonder that define the series, making it less enjoyable as a standalone film. So that's the ChatGPT part. Then he goes on to say, that being said, the scene where the trio break into the Ministry is good, and Hedwig and Dobby dying always brings a tear to my eye. I'm looking forward to the next one because I feel it's much better than this one. John E. from Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, it was definitely interesting because like I wondered that going into this is like, do they actually need to make 2 movies out of this? Or was that like a cash grab? Because this was the era that they were doing that a lot, where it was just like very trendy, because it was just like, oh, if we can get 1 ticket, why not get 2? And so like I think I don't remember if I even asked you or not of like, is it justified to do 2 or not? And like obviously I haven't read the book, so I don't know, and I haven't seen the other half yet to know. But like,
yeah,
the only reaction I'll say is I do definitely feel that this felt much different than the rest of them.
It did,
but for me, I don't know if it was negative potentially for me.
I think it fits when you look at it.
But.
Yeah, when you look at it for me now, having read the book so many times, I think I've only seen this movie once before. So this was fairly refreshing for me because I didn't remember a lot of this. Excuse me. But I like it because it gives you like the task that Harry's been set, and obviously Ron and Hermione are going with him to find the Horcruxes. It feels so daunting.
Yeah.
And I love the line when Harry and Ron are having their spat, where Harry's like, I've told you everything that he told me. Like, I don't know what you expected from me. And Ron's like, I thought you knew what you were doing. It's just like,
yeah,
it kind of gives you like that sense of hopelessness. Now, I definitely agree with John.
That also works because like he comes from the magic family. So like the Harry Potter like celebrity, which is fresh for me because I'm reading the first book. Like, I feel like that's going to reflect on him to where it's like, I'm not even sure that like it's not fair, but I see where he's coming from, the sense of like, you should know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you're the chosen one, whatever the fuck it
Harry
is. Like,
Potter.
yeah, everyone on the fucking planet knows who he is. Like, which obviously comes into play in this movie where against them, where it's like everyone knows him by sight and stuff. But it's like, I think that works for him versus Hermione being not from a magic family. She's not going to, I mean, she knows because she's a nerd, but like, she's not going to, I feel like would have known from the moment that shit happened with his parents that like that's now like one of the most famous things. So it's like I feel like would have been growing up.
He grew up hearing about Harry Potter.
Yeah,
he's a legend. He's the one that vanquished the Dark Lord. Voldemort couldn't kill him as a baby. Like, oh my God, that's the most dark wizard most evil wizard that's ever lived,
and he doesn't have a nose.
And he doesn't have a nose. Can't forget that. But Hermione also, I think part of her personality is how she has to be perfect. And I think that comes a lot from like her academic stuff, which you've seen a little bit in the reading the first book. It gets way worse as the books progress, where she has to be the best. She has to prove that she belongs. And I think that she takes that same mindset to hunting for Horcruxes. I have to do this. I have to help Harry. And Ron says it too. We wouldn't last 2 days without her.
Yeah.
She is definitely like the most learned. She knows the spells. She knows the curses, the jinx,
kind of like Princess Leia, the one that actually knows what she's fucking doing.
Almost like the most competent character in the story. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You got the hapless guy who has all the power, the smart, best friend, the smart-ass best friend, and then the competent woman.
Yeah.
The only one who knows what the hell she's doing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. While Luke's playing with toys, she's fucking running spy missions against the Empire.
And has been for years.
Yeah, since she was like, probably 10 or so.
Yeah.
You know?
Because you go back to Rebels, and it's years that she's doing shit that's like,
Yeah, and he's sitting there playing with his spaceship at the beginning of the first movie. I'm playing
it's
with
so unfair.
Yeah, I can't go to Tashi's pick up power converters. Yeah, no. Again, I'm not even saying that to be critical. I appreciate that because it's, I don't know, like the whole, like, I don't know, like the whole damsel in distress thing just doesn't do it for me. It just, it doesn't.
You grew up with Ripley and Sarah Connor and Xena.
Yeah.
The age of powerful, strong heroines. So.
Yeah. No, 100%. So yeah, the whole, and then Leia as well.
Oh, and then obviously
Laurie Strode. I mean, there's
Strode.
a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them in the 80s and 90s that you grew
Plus,
up
I'm a
on.
horror kid, and generally speaking, it's the last girl.
Yep.
So
they're the ones that are the strongest that survive. You're right.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So starting off, now we're going to start with my notes. Now that we're past that, all of that build up, another dark start. Like the start of these movies have been dark for a few movies now.
Yeah.
Which is just like the tone that
I
we're
expected it.
Yeah.
I expected this to be quite a bit darker than what we've seen already, just because it's like you're in the end game now.
Yeah.
Type thing. So
Dumbledore's dead. He's not there to protect Harry. The whole
which
scene.
I also called that just because they're like, oh, we're safe as long as he's here. I'm like, well, you signed his death warrant.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's fucking dead. You
Go ahead and print the death certificate. We got confirmation.
May as well have had him say, "Oh, I'm 1 week from retirement."
Yep. I'm too old for this shit.
It's the only thing you could have done to make him more dead. So,
Dumbledore, I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
What'd you think about the snake in that scene? Like Nagini with the woman.
I want one.
You want a big
A
snake?
giant snake. That'd be fun.
I don't know about that.
That'd be fun. Yeah. You have to feed it dogs.
Jesus Christ, Ted, that's terrible. You're a monster.
Oh, but see if I have like
Can't do dogs.
if I do a medium-sized snake and say feed it a rat, nobody gets upset. That's all I'm saying.
Rats are ugly. It's that simple.
So if I get an ugly dog, what about that?
No, even an ugly dog is a cute dog. That's the rule.
See, this is just racism.
I don't make the rules. It's not racism. It's speciesism.
Yeah. It's an ism either way.
It's
but
an ism either
yeah,
way.
no,
it's an ism either way.
I would
put that on a shirt.
I would love a giant ass fucking snake like that.
Especially one that's venomous.
That'd be a fun pet.
You don't usually get large snakes that
you
are
can even
venomous.
cuddle with them. They can just wrap you up and keep you warm.
Just don't let the fang touch you.
That or a giant spider too. That'd be really fun. From earlier in the couple movies back.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Have one of those.
5
as a pet.
movies ago.
Yeah, get one of those on a leash and walk it in the park.
Good Lord, ride it. Those ones were big enough you could ride it.
Oh, no, now you're talking my dream here.
Yeah.
I will say, Voldemort was just there as coy as they played with him for most of the series. Now he's just here from right up. Not to say that they've been as coy with him in the last few movies because he's certainly getting more and more present, but just I still expected kind of a little bit of a build up to whatever.
First scene.
No, it's just here we are. So
good Lord, plotting the murder of a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah. No, it's good. Yeah, I actually, like I said, I enjoyed how this felt different. Like we're not ever even at the school in this movie, right?
No.
So that's
you get one shot of the Hogwarts Express with Ginny and Neville. And that's where the Death Eaters show up to see if Harry's on the train.
Yeah,
and Neville stands
that was
up
that kid. I thought so. I was like,
that's Neville.
I think that's the one kid.
And he's like, he's not here, you idiots. Calls him an idiot. It's like, not smart, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
is he dead yet?
Yeah, not yet. I'll spoil that. Not yet.
Yeah, because that seems like you're asking for it there a little bit. But yeah, I thought about that as the movie ended. I'm like, yeah, we never once. We're in because that's pretty much been the predominant setting for the entire series. So it's what would you say? 85% of the series up to this point has been set there. So it's like,
I mean,
every
start of every book is about getting back to Hogwarts.
Yeah,
and then every end of every book is, I'm leaving Hogwarts.
Yeah, so that felt like a very sharp change, and I think that's probably intentional. I don't know what the book is, of course, but it's like that felt like an intentional choice from the filmmakers to be like, this is a completely different fucking thing. It's a very dark tone. Not to say we haven't had some darkness all throughout the series, to be honest. I mentioned that in the very first one where it's like there's more dark elements here than
you expected.
Yeah. Oh, and the pink lady's back.
Umbridge. I have a note about that. Yep.
Oh, yeah, and we're getting back to the racist purity nonsense here. So,
which is Voldemort's big thing is that he does believe that wizards are better than Muggles. which is why, like Bellatrix Lestrange.
Now, if he kills the Dudleys, I'm on his side. I'm signing the fucking contract right now. I'm doing
Your
it.
team Voldemort if the Dudleys die.
100%. I would get a fucking T-shirt. I'm there.
So there's a couple deleted.
I also feel like there's only one actor that we saw from the Dudleys. So I'm like, did the kid outgrow the role? It just felt like
all three of them were there.
the scene was shot in a way where you don't really see the boy or the wife very much. Like I feel like the dad's the only one you truly see. So I'm like,
there's two deleted scenes there with them actually.
Oh, okay.
I would actually highly recommend you watching them because it is straight from the book. The two scenes.
What about the rest of the movies? You never mentioned deleted scenes before.
Not really. These two are ones that people. There's deleted scenes, and then there's deleted scenes where people are outraged that they're left out. These two are the Harry Potter. These two deleted scenes. There's no reason why they left them out.
Okay.
So I will turn you on to those and let you decide if you want to watch them or not. But I will say that it did change my mind about one of the Dudleys. So
that's not going to happen.
We'll see.
You know my bloodlust.
I do. But
I cheered for Theon Greyjoy's death until it actually happened. He never turned for me. Like, nope, you're not ever coming back.
Yeah, he killed Rob. So,
well, no, he like betrayed Rob and took the town and pretended to kill the brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
But he wasn't there at the wedding or anything.
No,
so.
But he killed Rob. There's indirect, you know.
Yeah. There's just certain ones, and I think the Dudleys might be there for me. I don't know.
Dudleys are your Umbridge, huh?
I think they might.
Because
They're
Umbridge,
they're...
I would pay money to be able to.
Yeah, like if she killed them, I'd have her T-shirt.
Oh God. I'm just grateful that you don't like her. That's was honestly one of my biggest fears going into the series, that you'd be like, man, that Umbridge is an upstanding
was there a
character.
groan in the theaters in that first shot of her in this movie? Just.
I think there was like a growl, like
more of a growl than a groan. But yes, because I was just like, I have to imagine that nobody's looking at anything but her in this scene. Just yeah.
So we did get introduced. We already mentioned it. Bill Weasley. He is.
So I can't keep all these.
He is introduced much earlier in the book.
Have we seen them? Have we seen this character at all? Okay.
In the movies, that is one of the biggest complaints about the movies, is that especially. 4, 5, and 6 introduce a lot of characters that play a part in 6 and 7 that are not introduced. Like Fenrir Greyback is a huge part of book 6. Finding out that he's like a werewolf and he's like a mad werewolf. He like positions himself when it's about to be a full moon to people who have wronged him so that he can purposely attack their children. That's how Lupin became a werewolf, is that his dad got on the bad side of Fenrir Greyback, and so Lupin was attacked as a child. So he's been a werewolf basically his whole life because of this monster.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being a werewolf. That'd be fun.
Just
to torment you,
Tad. No,
just to torment you.
No,
here scratching at your door on a full moon.
I'm gonna go buy some silver bullets now. I don't trust you. There is one line I have to call out that was changed, and I'm really kind of sad they left it out. Is the scene where they're getting ready to do like the 7 fake Harry Potters right at the beginning, and he's like, no, absolutely not. And I love there's a line in the book where Fred or George Weasley is like, yeah, what's one kid who can't do magic going to do against the 15 of us or the 13 of us fully qualified adults? Like, what are you going to do, kid? Like, shut up.
Yeah.
I love that. And then all of them change into Harry.
Yeah, that was interesting.
The Polyjuice, brilliant plan, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, you're just setting up some people to die, though.
Uh-huh. Only one.
What, the owl?
No.
That actually shocked me a little bit.
That Hedwig died?
Yeah, that shocked me.
Yeah. They did change how she died.
I also didn't realize it was she either.
Yeah, Hedwig. It's a she. Yeah. She's a good owl.
Well, was.
R.I.P.
Now she's a cushion somewhere.
Someone probably got her stuffed because she's so pretty. Just pets her, like the lady in Red Dead Redemption 2 just stuffs her. She's got a little briefcase or something. That's terrible.
Oh,
I'm gonna
man.
get in trouble from my wife. She loves Hedwig, so
I hope there was children crying in the theaters.
I mean, I cried when I read it in the book, so I'll admit it.
Your wife just responded.
There she. Oh yeah, there she goes. They did change it how she died. Yeah, it's so much better in the film than it is in the book. I will say that. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but yeah.
I saw it coming though. The second that it like appeared, I was like, "That owl's dead."
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, again, it did surprise me because I was like, there are times I predict dark things that just movies don't have the guts to actually do or whatever. In this case, it would have been a book, I'm sure. I
Right.
assume, but it's like still though, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. From a storytelling perspective, there's going to be losses,
Yeah.
right? A plan like this, like, and that's what I enjoyed about this opening bit is like you're setting the stakes of like how dangerous this all is. They're setting up this plan, but it's like I feel like they maybe even could have spent a little bit more of a beat or two to actually appreciate the fact that like we're all potentially about to die because like some of us are going to die. You know, like I don't know, just that whole plan is going to leave people in a spot to potentially die. So
that's what Harry's big argument was. I'm not letting you pretend to be me. You know that's who Voldemort's going after is me.
Yeah.
So no. And then they're all like, "Yeah, fuck you, dude."
Yeah. Yeah. So I appreciated that. And yeah, but yeah, it was definitely yeah.
So with
Also, did you see my headline or my sub headline there?
I have not yet.
For the episode there.
Dobby never meant to kill. Dobby only meant to maim or seriously injure. You like that line?
I didn't think I liked that little creature, but
liked him?
after that line, I was like, oh, I guess I like the cut of this guy's jib.
You're like, hey, seriously maiming or injuring? I like
yeah, yeah, indeed.
that. So
she would be a connecting one too.
Bellatrix?
Isn't that the fucking
Helen Bonham Carter?
Yeah, she'd connect you to quite a bit.
Lucius Malfoy is also in The Patriot with Mel Gibson, so
yeah, he's in a few things.
he's the bad guy in The Patriot. He's so good.
Yeah, he's
so good.
But how much of it is his talent, or how much of it is his face? Because he has got one of those faces that, like,
Dude, he screams bad guy.
I would love to see him playing like a beloved character. That
cast him in the MCU as a hero.
Yeah,
Just be like,
100%.
he's gonna turn bad.
100%. That'd be amazing.
Dude, he should have been. What's the guy's name in New Avengers? The one that goes dark, Sentry.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if he had played Sentry. It's like, nope, he's gonna be a bad guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, 100%.
So during the chase, Voldemort shows up, and he shows up because of Hedwig's actions. Obviously, it's the real Harry. And then he's still having wand issues. Can't defeat Harry's wand. Harry's basically unconscious, laying over the bike and everything. But then his arm, I don't know if you caught this, but like his arm turns and blocks Voldemort's spell. And then that wand is shattered. What did you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I feel like at least this movie kind of gave me the impression that that's a big deal. Like in terms of like you don't just go buy a new one. It seems like necessarily, like, not saying you can't use other ones because we see people swapping them and shit and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's like some element of like yours is yours. I don't know.
There is a little bit of that. You can the wand chooses the wizard. It is very much a Jedi building a lightsaber kind of thing. So like Luke,
the Force crystal
and everything
chooses
like
them,
that.
right?
Yeah, kind of thing.
Which maybe that's an inspiration from this Harry Potter as well.
100%.
Because that would have been Clone Wars
after
that was that element was like created. So
it's very possible. I like that.
Yeah, which Lucas is big with storytelling. So yeah, I would not put it past him that a few things were carried from this to like
Lucas,
inspiration.
I think if I remember right, Lucas did praise the Harry Potter series heavily when it came out. So
I know King did. I don't know about Lucas.
I don't know if he did or not.
But
he was also not nearly as public as King is. Stephen King. So, but with that, it wasn't his wand that was broken. It was Lucius's, Malfoy's wand. Remember, he took that from him in the opening scene at the table.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, and then used it to kill the teacher of Muggle studies. Of course, that's who he kills.
Yeah, naturally.
So,
also, I see that kid turning too.
Malfoy?
Yeah, they're just the way they're playing these scenes. I'm like,
yeah.
I predicted at the end of the last movie. I'm like, it seems like he might actually be like second get. Like I don't know, just
turning good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and like this one, it was just like that whole opening bit. It's just like he's clearly not comfortable or happy with any of this.
And then later trying to, whether asking him if it's Harry.
And he knew, right?
Yeah, he knew.
Okay. I was like, because that's where I was like, that's kind of more of the payoff.
I mean,
like,
how would he not know if Ron and Hermione are standing right there, right?
Yeah.
There's a kid with black hair. His face may be puffy, but Ron and Hermione and a kid with black hair. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't take fucking Sherlock Holmes to figure out that's fucking Harry Potter if you're Malfoy, who's gone to school with him for 6 years.
Yeah.
So,
And fixated on him.
right.
So
I do want to give you this because we talked about this with like you reading book 1. The timing of the year. I want to give you a time breakdown just to show you how much they put into this movie versus how much is left for book 2. Every book follows the basic same school year, right?
Yeah, school year, yeah.
This book is no exception. The Malfoy Manor stuff, where Harry, Ron, and Hermione are captured, happens over the Easter holiday. That's why Draco's home.
Oh, okay.
So that's how long this movie covers, is all the way through the winter, all the way into the spring, into April-ish. You don't know what year, March, April, because Easter moves around.
Yeah.
So that's where
Freak holiday.
That's where the end of the movie takes place, is right there. So that just gives you an idea of how much time actually passes in this movie.
Yeah.
Because otherwise Draco would have been at Hogwarts, right? He has to be in school.
Now,
So
are they then? Because that was the other thing I wondered. Like we said, we never see it, but it's like, are they actually doing it, or does Dumbledore dying is the thing where everyone's just like, I'm not letting my fucking kid go there?
You missed it. It's not in the book. I mean, it is in the book. It's not in the movie. But in the movie, what they do is Harry picks up the radio one time and announces that Snape is the new headmaster. One of the things that they find out from nicking newspapers from trash bins is they find out that the Ministry of Magic has made it mandatory for all magical children in Great Britain to attend Hogwarts. There is no choice. It used to be a choice. You could send your kid abroad. They could go to France.
There's multiple schools, too.
There's Durmstrang. That's where Victor Crumb was from. There's the
They mention it in the sense of like,
Yeah.
when they tell them it's the best school, and it's like, oh, well, that implies the existence of other ones.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And then we meet them in the Triwizard Tournament. There's also the option to homeschool, where you don't have to send them to Hogwarts. You can still teach them at home. It's up to the mom and dad's choice. In this book, they find out that the ministry passes a law that says it's illegal to keep your kids out of Hogwarts. So,
Keep all those eggs in one basket.
right, which is one of the things where they're talking about when the Snatchers grab them. They ask them how old they are, and then they ask them their name. Because if they're a runaway from school, why are you running away from school, breaking the law? That's gold in the Snatchers' pocket because they're truant.
Yeah.
So,
Also, I still don't buy Snape.
you still
Too many facial shots of him in that first opening scene where he's like, yeah, he's there and stuff, but there's just too many reaction shots to him where I'm just like, still not buying it. I don't
Yeah.
know why. I've been saying it pretty much the entire series now, but
you can't point your finger at him so hard,
yeah,
and then have it not be him,
and then
turn around and it be him. I remember you saying,
yeah, and then that was the first one, but then like what was a few movies back now where they kind of flipped it back to where now we're supposed to believe he's tied into all this again. But there was the argument with Dumbledore where I'm like, we don't hear that conversation. And that's a kind of conversation of like, I don't want to do this. Like, oh yeah, you're gonna go undercover type thing. Like that just feels like that kind of conversation. And then here we are, he's here, but it's like, again, there was like one specific cut where it cut to him, and I'm like, that was one too many. There's just, you can't cut to him too many times without me thinking like you're specifically trying to show me his reaction. And like, so again, I just don't buy it.
It's not you don't think it's more of a there's the bastard who killed Dumbledore?
No, it just because it's his reaction to like them killing the girl and the snake and everything. It's just there's I don't remember, it was later in the scene, but there's one specific cut just to his face. It holds it for a second. I'm like, what's the purpose of that cut? Again, we said it in the last episode. When you have a movie and it's 2 hours and a half, whatever, like every single second counts, and you have to be intentional with everything you're doing. And so again, I don't know. And again, the argument that happened, the fact that they tried to bamboozle me in the first movie, maybe I'm just now not going to believe. But and then like again, Malfoy is the same thing. They showed him enough times, and the actor's doing a brilliant job where it's just like it's clear he's not happy with this.
Tom Felton's brilliant.
Yeah,
so.
he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird to see him in Flash before I saw him in this, because Flash, he was like a little bit antagonistic early on, but then he becomes part of the team, and he's like a good person throughout most of it. He also, much like the fake father here, he has a face that's very punchable and or evil.
The fake father?
Yeah. It's a Patriot guy.
Oh, yeah.
This actor also has a face that just seems like he should pretty much be a villain.
And don't forget, he's in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, too.
As a villain.
As a villain.
The one that starts it all. Wasn't for him, none of it would have happened. him
'Cause
torturing,
him
torturing.
torturing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. So,
Absolutely.
although you would do that.
No, I would not.
If you were forced into a job where you had to deal with things
I
you were
would not
so
mistreat them because then they would have a bigger reason to eat me. Yeah. I would try to gain their love and affection. I would never touch them and everything, but I would treat them okay. It's just like it's just like, dude, it's like Green Mile, man. You get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. In that instance, you do not want to piss off someone who's locked up. Whether it's an ape, a lion, a human, you don't want to do that.
I need to get you a reaction channel, and I need to get a gaming studio to make one where you are a keeper at a chimp reserve.
Why? There's no point to that horror game.
Then you have a channel where you're playing that game.
Oh no!
It's like you go in to feed it, and it's suddenly not in your vision. You can't see the ape anywhere.
Nope.
Or the chimp.
Nope. I'm not kidding. I just got a shiver down my spine. That was fucking terrible, Ted. Don't do that. God, I lost my whole train of thought. My God. God. So we do get Dobby return here. We find out about RAB, the locket and everything.
Yeah.
It's Sirius's younger brother, Harry's godfather's younger brother. So kind of interesting. And then we find out where the locket actually is. What'd you think about all that?
Where was it again?
Umbridge has it.
That's what I was going to say. I thought it was.
She took it from Mundungus, another character who's introduced way earlier in the series, but isn't introduced until this movie.
He died, right?
No.
Or who's the other one that died?
Mad-Eye.
I thought there was just him and someone else that died.
Hedwig.
Oh, I thought there was another person that died. They mentioned it. One of the gingers mentioned, I thought, when they regrouped.
No, George gets hit, and he's the one that has like the
But I thought they mentioned another name
ear.
that didn't make it.
Mad-Eye is the one that didn't make it.
Yeah, I thought they mentioned another name.
Mundungus left. He abandoned Mad-Eye, which when he left, Mad-Eye was distracted by him, which caused Mad-Eye to die.
Yeah, I feel like there was points they tried to like bring up, like maybe it's Mungus or whatever you said. And
Mundungus,
it just didn't read for me, and I'm like, I don't know if this is a bigger thing in the book because it doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, he abandons Mad-Eye, which causes a distraction, which is then where Voldemort is able to kill Mad-Eye.
Yeah, kill him off screen too.
Yeah,
it's
exact same way they do it in the book too.
It's interesting for sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't kill one of the kids, the Weasleys, because I had predicted that some misfortune would be striking that family.
I thought so.
I was about to throw my hands up in victory, and then they all survived. I'm like, damn it.
You're upset they all lived. I honestly was worried about George when it first happened the first time I read it. I'm like, how bad is he hurt? Is like his, because you get hit by magic in the head, your brain can be addled. We see that earlier in the series where the Lockhart, the professor in the second, the wand backfires and he's like, "Who are you?" Like he has full amnesia.
Yeah.
Who am I?
What's her name? Did she like wipe her parents' memory?
She sure did.
That's a little dark.
They don't,
and they played that well with like later when she had to do that. It was like an emotional thing. So
yeah. They don't cover it here, but in the book, there's a line where they're like, "Oh, what have you given up to be here? Like, I'm away," because it's Ron who's being a little pissant. He's like, "Oh, I'm away from all my family. I don't know what's happening to them." And she's like, "Yeah, my parents live in Australia now and don't think they have a daughter. So fuck you, dude."
Yeah,
like I wipe my parents' memory of me, of their daughter. So if I survive this, I'll go find them and lift the charm. Otherwise, they're going to live the rest of their lives not knowing they have a daughter.
Yeah, or ever had one.
It's like, oh, God, dude, that's fuck. Yeah.
They did a good job with that scene for sure.
Yeah.
Although I will say, my only complaint there, why do you have so many pictures of just a blank wall? Because they erased all the pictures. And ones that are like paired pictures, fine. But it's like, shouldn't it just like disappear the entire picture-in-picture frame for one that's just her?
It should have changed the picture to
or just something
else.
A dog or something.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, oh, here's Fluffy or whatever.
Didn't think that one through, Hermione.
Yeah, it's like,
honey, what happened to all these pictures?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why the fuck were you taking pictures of walls? I don't know.
Someone's a wall photographer. That's what her new job is.
Wall photography.
Wall photographer. We do get Dobby's triumphant return to the series. Tad's been
your wife says awful. I don't know which comment she's referring to there.
Probably feeding dogs to snakes or
That's not
supporting Voldemort if he killed the Dursleys
or even the Pink Lady. I'd support her.
Umbridge. I don't know. You're just it's.
I was about to say, yeah. There's
Yeah.
dealer's choice. There's any number of reasons she could have said.
There's
that.
many reasons why she says awful, or it could have been something I said. I mean,
I was gonna say it's probably me though.
It was probably something about Hedwig, the owl dying. She hates.
Turning it into a pillow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stuffing it. Maybe that was it. It's probably my fault. But yeah, we do get Dobby's triumphant return, hunting down Mundungus Fletcher with Creature, the two owl elves, bring him back, and then we find out that he gave the necklace to Umbridge. I have a moment with her here with that locket. I'm gonna save it for when you read the book because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, she's something, man. Yeah.
To see her supporting this regime is just like, why am I not surprised? You
I was
know?
gonna say it's not it.
How does she not end up in prison for torturing kids? Like, oh,
Yeah.
injustice. This is part of the reason why I hate her so much. Is like, book 5 was enough, but if she had gone away and gone to prison, I would have been like, everything is right in this world, kind of thing. But no, she's back at the ministry. She still holds the same position.
There was part of me that's like, if she ended up over at the school again, if they put her.
Oh God. Ugh.
Oh man.
All of the above is what my wife says, but yes, turning Hedwig into a pillow was the initial awful. So it was you.
Because see, if I were in charge of all
Oh
this,
no.
that's what I would have done.
Oh.
And then when you have Harry Potter Land, the kids could all take home Hedwig pillows.
I wonder if there really is such thing as a Hedwig pillow, because that would be a funny gift for my wife.
You're gonna sleep on the couch, sir.
Oh my God, there is.
But it looks like it though, right? Because I'm just saying what I would have done if it were my story is like somebody would just found it and like it would have just been like some like maroon pillow, and then you then sell that where it's just like remains of Hedwig pillow.
Remains of Hedwig.
Brutal.
Oh, we're gonna be in so much trouble.
You, not me.
Yeah, that's true. She can't do anything to you.
Exactly. I'm untouchable.
Please don't lock my computer. I need it.
She's erased 7 Days to Die Off.
No.
Have you seen that freaking like skit where it's like they're like trying to interrogate a criminal and they're like, oh, we got your PS5 here. Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2. You got a lot of hours on this. Let's go ahead and delete this legendary
Yep.
naps, whatever.
Yeah.
And he starts and it finally breaks. Like, you know how much time that takes to like
I gotta get a perfect pill every time.
yes.
And then we come to probably one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie. What'd you think about the whole break into the ministry and going to look for the locket?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely interesting because it's like, again, it's tough because like the whole celebrity thing, which is interesting for me to be reading book 1 where you really establish that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm not sure if the movie have done a good enough job that like everyone kind of knows. I feel like that was a bigger thing in the first movie, but like having reading, literally being in the middle of the first movie while I'm watching this, like it's fresh in my mind where it's like everyone's gonna know who he is. So it's like it seems very risky to be going anywhere, but especially into the belly of the beast.
Yeah. But they had to. They got to get the Horcrux somehow.
Yeah.
I always wondered about this. Why wouldn't you find out where she lived? I mean,
she probably lives there.
Knowing that bitch, she probably does.
They just have like
spends her free time torturing people down in the dungeons or some shit. God,
probably just has a cot outside of a cell.
Ugh, where she can listen to them scream, and she's just like,
yeah.
My wife left you a message in the chat. I'll just spam the group chat with root beer and cheesecake.
Detestable things.
2 of Tad's least favorite things. Don't forget pineapple, though.
Pineapple is quite deplorable.
I know you don't like pineapple.
No, not at all, let alone on pizza.
It's so good on pizza. Oh, I want some pizza.
It's the worst. I was thinking about pizza for dinner, too.
I want pizza so badly right now.
I was thinking about pizza for dinner.
There is so I love the break-in scene. I love the whole seeing what the ministry is doing. I think it's a brilliant way.
Yeah.
It's straight from the book. It's brilliant. because then you up the ante by showing this.
Yeah, like the propaganda. It gave you a good
Mm-hmm.
a good view of what the world is looking like.
Undesirable number 1 is what Harry's listed as. And it's
Yeah.
like they do a really cool thing in the book though. They put it that he's wanted for questioning in the death of Albus Dumbledore. So it's like Harry has this moment at the end of book 6 because it's right after finals that he goes with Dumbledore to get the Horcrux, and everything happens and Snape murders Dumbledore. And they have his funeral, and then they go home for the summer.
Yeah.
And then the Ministry is taken over in July because it happens on Harry's birthday.
Yeah.
No, the day after Harry's birthday is the wedding. So they get him from.
They mentioned his birthday in this. I was like,
they get him from Privet Drive because the important thing is that when you turn 17 in the magical world, you lose what's called the trace. That's how they know if you're doing magic underaged. Normally, they leave it to the parents to discipline children. Hey, you're not allowed to do that. Also, you can't get a wand until you're 11. But once you're in school, you're not supposed to do magic during the summer holidays. But so they decide to move him the day before, and that's where Snape reports it in the meeting. Also, how did he know? Do you have any guesses how Snape knew that they were moving Harry the day before?
I mean, I assume he's connected to someone. There's quite a big
But
group there.
everyone knows that he killed Dumbledore, so who would be telling Snape what's going on?
Yeah, I guess I never thought about it. But yeah, I don't know.
Because the other guys like Dawlish, the Auror, high-end magical law enforcement, is saying that they're going to move Harry on his birthday right before the trace breaks. And Snape's like, nope, false trail. It's the day before. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I guess I just kind of assume that. Yeah, I don't know. Not sure how he would know, actually.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
It's a good question. Pay attention for that in the part 2. But I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was talking about.
Like birthday.
Oh yeah,
moving.
So in the book, it's they move him, they have his birthday, then they have the wedding like the next day, and that's when everything goes to shit and they take off running. They're on the run. So that's July and everything. So, but the Ministry, so you don't have that much time for everyone to absorb that Snape killed Dumbledore. That's what Harry claims. Harry was up there, but so was 9 other people.
Yeah.
Including Draco Malfoy and Snape. So that's where you get a Harry disappears, and they take over the Ministry, and now they can spin whatever the propaganda that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Hey, Harry said it was Snape, but we actually want to talk to him. So a lot of people who are not at Hogwarts, not involved with the Ministry, are reading this in the paper going, oh my God, is Harry Potter bad? Also, you have to remember,
Yeah.
there's a lot of slander that's written about Harry Potter in book 4 and 5. Between Rita Skeeter saying that he's going batshit crazy during the Triwizard Tournament,
Yeah.
to everything that the Ministry said about him during book 5. Because they didn't believe him and they hated Harry.
Yeah.
Umbridge and everything like
Yeah.
that. Fudge didn't believe him, the Minister of Magic then. So you have, just look at it from like a British person living in, let's say they live in Scotland and they're getting the Daily Prophet newspaper and they're just like, it would make sense if Harry Potter did. He's unstable. Look at what Rita Skeeter wrote about him. He's a fucking nut.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's brilliantly done how they're just like, hey, we want him for questioning.
Yeah.
In this one, they just make
that's
him,
like one of the ultimate psychological tricks that happen is if you make people think they came up with the idea, then it's like more deeply ingrained. It's like
Yep.
it's like real life Inception. Because
Yeah.
if I just tell you,
you can
like
deny.
that, like, well, then it's just like, oh, whatever, it's your claim.
Yeah.
But if I throw out the 2 things and then let you connect the dots, it's way more ingrained in your brain. So
Yeah.
that's a real like psychological trick that's used with like propaganda.
Interrogation too is something that they do. Is they get you talking about your day, and I've seen this enough in like cop shows and like true crime stuff that I've read. They get you talking about your day and what you're doing, and they let you go into it. Get them talking. Get them telling
Comfortable and stuff.
telling yourself versus, hey, so you killed this girl, right?
Yeah.
No, of course not. Then it's just deny.
I mean, if you're talking to the cops in any way without a lawyer, you're a moron.
Fool.
So, yeah. I don't care what your beliefs are.
That's right.
Never talk without a lawyer. Saul taught me that.
That's right. So, yeah, the ministry is not up to good. And then, did you catch what Harry saw on Umbridge's door?
I'm not sure.
So he sets off like those decoy detonator things that look, all those things.
What are those things we saw with the gingers earlier? That just feels like
Yes,
something they
sir.
would have. Feels like something they would.
That comes from their joke shop.
I don't remember them with them at all. I was just like, that just seems like something they would be involved in.
You're 100% right. That comes from their joke shop.
Okay.
They're called decoy detonators.
Yeah, I was like, that
So-
feels like those two. I don't remember their names.
So
but
George and Fred,
the rapscallions,
lovable characters.
they are quite
Indeed.
lovable. So
Up to no, solemnly
wait,
swear
what's
they're
the names?
George and Fred.
Is that one of the ones that got hurt then?
George got his ear cut off by Snape. Actually, is something they left out of this. Snape's the one that cut off his ear. So again, just something like pointing to Snape, like, and everything. Back to my question. Did you notice what was on Umbridge's door when he snuck in?
No.
There's like an eye moving around.
Oh yeah.
That's Mad Eye Moody's eye.
Oh.
She took it from his corpse and put it on her door, and then she has a peeper on the other side that she can look through his eye and watch the people working outside of her office.
It's fun.
Is it? I don't know about that, sir. Let's ooh.
I know it anger you quite a bit there.
She's vile. And I don't know if it was
Keeping trophies.
I was I will be honest, I was in the kitchen during that scene, and I did peek my head out just to see it. Ugh. I don't remember if they showed it, and maybe you can remember. In there, he's like going through like files and stuff like that. I think he gets to his file, and there's like a post-it where it says "to be punished."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I hate her
Does she show up in the game?
in the game.
The Harry Potter game?
The Harry Potter game takes place like 80 years before any of this.
Well, you don't know. Someone that vile might be timeless.
I mean, people do live for hundreds of years in the magical world. Dumbledore's like 150, so
Yeah, they mentioned one in the book 1, right? That's like 600 and something.
that's because he has the Sorcerer's Stone. So the elixir of life keeps him alive. But Dumbledore's an old man, and he's been alive for, I think it's like 150 years or something like that.
Okay.
No, it's not that long. Because you have to remember, the books take place in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think there's the mention of him dueling Grindelwald. I think that duel takes place in like 1945,
Yeah.
and he was an adult then. So,
Yeah.
So he's up there in age.
Yeah.
He's not 600, but he's up there in age.
Yeah. Oh, also revisiting where his parents died.
Godric's Hollow. We're gonna get there.
It felt like that was something I was almost not necessarily expecting, but it felt very fitting. Because I'm like, when you're getting toward the final stage, like that's when shit like that's gonna to come up. Like you're gonna start to actually face more of that trauma, I guess. I don't know, but not trying to jump ahead on you.
No.
I just thought of that, and I was like, oh yeah, that. 'cause,
Any
like,
thoughts like that? Let's talk about it. What did you think about the Godric Hollow scene with the snake inside the woman?
yeah, I mean, again, snakes, they're wonderful creatures.
You just wanted to cuddle it.
Yeah, snakes are great.
Harry got to cuddle it for a minute,
Yeah,
and then Hermione broke his wand.
yeah.
Do you think that's going to be significant?
I mean, and then like grave robbing too. Like I don't know. I feel like because wait, do they reference that like the one that Dumbledore has the most powerful one ever?
It's called the Elder Wand, exactly.
Okay, so I feel like that has something to do with
Yeah.
a lot of this. Like I don't know.
Yeah, there's the old man in the vision that Harry has. It's Grigorovich is his name. He's the wand maker who had the Elder Wand. He didn't make it. He had the Elder Wand at one point, and Voldemort goes to him and is like, "Where is it?" And he's like, "I have it not. It was stolen." And then he sees who stole it, and everything. And Hermione points out, "Hey, I know who had the wand. I know who." You were asking who that kid was in the picture at Bathilda's house, the snake lady at Godric's Hollow. She's like, I know who it was. It was Galette Grindelwald. So I can't remember if they covered it in part 2, so I'm just gonna let you know a little bit. There is some things about when you defeat a wizard in a duel, about taking their wand for your own. That's what you get a little bit, that people use other people's wands. But Harry uses someone else's wand that Ron captured, so it's not going to work as well.
Yeah.
But Galette lost to Dumbledore in the famous duel. So Dumbledore has the Elder Wand. And that's what Voldemort's going after there at the end in his tomb, is the Elder Wand. Which
Yeah.
brings us to, let's talk about it. The name of the movie, Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
What do you think about that story, and why is that part of it, do you think?
I mean, the animation was fun.
You like that?
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's very
For
cool
sure.
style, I thought.
Yeah.
But what do you think about the Hallows themselves?
I mean, yeah, it seems like kind of an interesting thing to kind of establish.
So
You know,
late?
Late, but also, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It didn't feel too like Deus Ex Machina necessarily, but like, yeah, establishing. Now, is the cloak the one he's got then?
That's a good question.
Because it seemed like those are not common. So
They're not. Ron says that when he gets his, I think you remember it in the book.
yeah, it says I'd give up whatever.
I would give anything to have one of those, and they're rare. The MR is what he says.
Yeah, so that's my
So-
first thought. It's like, oh, I'm guessing that one that he's got, but we haven't seen it a bit either. So
So yeah, he doesn't use it much in the movies. So
yeah,
but the Deathly Hallows. So we got the Resurrection Stone, the Elder Wand, and then the Invisibility Cloak. Which one would you want?
I mean, invisibility cloak would be pretty fun.
Yeah, get up to some hijinks.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know how easy I can capture a real penguin with the invisibility?
Sneak into the aquarium and just take one, put it under your cloak.
Yeah, indeed.
And then you would just show up to my house, knock on the door, and open it, and be like, "There's no one here." And you sneak in and put it down, and then just watch the carnage.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or you just, I just have it tap on your door. You look out, and you can't see anything. And you open it, there's a penguin there.
Terrifying. Terrifying.
The hijinks I can get up to there would be.
I'm
would be
honestly
glorious.
surprised. I expected you to say the Elder Wand.
Yeah, I mean, power is always a good thing.
It's true.
Unlimited power.
I feel like you're smart enough to recognize the dangers of having something so powerful, right?
I mean, power is a good thing, sir.
Yeah, I mean, debatable. I mean, okay. And then we do have to talk about the big thing that happened in the middle of the movie, which is the split between Ron and Harry, the fight where Ron walks out on them.
Yeah, starting to become like a theme there with him fighting with people.
Yeah,
Not Harry Potter, the other kid.
Ron.
Like
Yeah,
he's like throughout these things, he keeps fucking tiffing with all kinds of people. It's like
Mhm.
you're a kid of like 25 children, like you're of brothers and sisters. You think you kind of know how to like just roll with shit.
be a little bit tougher skinned.
Yeah.
Thicker skin.
Yeah.
What did you think about the fight with Ron and Harry? We kind of mentioned it earlier about how Harry makes that great line. I told you everything that Dumbledore told me.
Yeah.
I thought you knew what you were doing. Did you do you agree with Ron or Harry? Or do you see that both of them are
Yeah,
wrong?
I could kind of see. Yeah, I could see. I think it's a little from column A, a little from column B, because
Okay.
like I said earlier, like like from his perspective, he's going to put a lot of like into like Harry Potter's like I don't know abilities.
Sure.
Like even if it's not fair, right?
right.
He shouldn't necessarily like really the kid knows less than you do in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Like you grew up with this shit. He learned it for the first time. Again, I'm in the middle of the first, or I'm right at the tail end of the first book. So it's like, so in a lot of ways, you got a head start on him in a lot of stuff. So you got to quit projecting like the legend onto the person.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I think that's almost what it's what like the vibe I got is it's like that whole legend versus the real person type thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of the
Sure.
that's where I was seeing it. So, yeah. So I think I would probably side with Harry a little bit more though, because but I'm understanding fully where he's coming, like where Ron's coming from. He's not being unfair on purpose. He's being
No.
unfair because of the biases that exist for him. So
Also, you have to realize at that moment he is wearing the Horcrux,
yeah,
which we've seen. Obviously, they did establish it well. It affects you, makes you think like bad thoughts and stuff like that.
yeah. She even told him to take it off.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep.
Can
Harry,
they
she
just
also
throw in
told-
that little bag there?
See, that is a line in the book. She's like, let's take it off and put it in the tent. And he's like, I'm not gonna leave that fucking thing laying around.
But her little
we did too
unlimited
much.
bag.
Yep. And he's like, we did too much. Just leave it laying around. And I'm just like, throw it in her fucking beaded bag, man, guy. Like you do not have.
Now, I
to
might
wear
take
it.
that over the other three things.
Dude, being able to store anything in there.
Yeah, that'd be quite fun.
I love the line. Thud, thud, thud. there goes the books. I had them sorted alphabetically. It's like, oh, no.
Books, I don't know, but movies? Imagine having my collection with me everywhere I go.
To watch on what?
I'd have a
You'd have a TV
100-inch TV.
You'd have a 100-inch TV in there. Don't throw that bag and break the TV.
That's fair.
I always love in the book, it talks about, like, there's a couple times where she, like, drops the bag onto, like, a table or on the ground, and it makes a louder thud than it should. And it's like,
yeah.
ah!
Well, can you fix things? Don't they fix shit?
All the time.
So, yeah, I don't have to worry about my TV breaking.
Reparo. That's the spell.
Yeah.
So then we get the reunion of Ron. Well, before we get to that, I have to ask you about the dancing scene with Hermione and Harry. What did you think about that?
I mean, I didn't think it was going anywhere.
No?
No.
Okay.
We're too far in it now.
There were
Plus, he made out
lot
with the sister there.
Yeah, he did.
Kind of called that again. Maybe, again, it was my biases. I
Yep.
had the uncles that ended up marrying best friends' sisters and stuff. So
Yep.
that's pretty common and stuff. But also the brother rolling
Oh,
up.
yeah. With the hole in his ear, drinking a cup of coffee. Just like, hey, what you doing with my sister there, bud? You scallywag, you.
That was funny.
That was a great scene.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Yeah.
that. I enjoyed that. Also, the little like coffee shop thing was fun.
Oh, yeah, the showdown at the coffee shop with the two Death Eaters.
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know why there's like when the two rolled up behind, right before the suspicion. I'm like,
Mhm.
those people turn out to be like something because it was shot in a way to where it was just like clear that you were supposed to be seeing the people behind.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know why it just reminded me of Hot Fuzz for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You actually could recognize them. Those are the same actors that were there at the Ministry in Order of the Phoenix when Sirius dies.
Oh,
They were there, so
well, you see them from behind though when
Oh,
they're at
yeah.
the table and stuff.
Oh,
That's what
gotcha.
I'm saying. Like it was just shot in a way like the camera placement's just right to where like they're not trying to focus on the people back at the counter,
yeah.
but they're not trying to
Why
not
are they?
focus
But
on
why are
them.
they in frame?
Yeah,
huh?
exactly. It's just one of those things. It's like it's not like you're actually like racking focus and focusing on them because
Yeah.
that's completely like, hey, audience, look at these people. It wasn't that, but it was just enough like there that it's like I'm watching those people.
Yeah.
And sometimes that bamboozles me and it just turns out to be nothing and it's just extras that are
Right.
in a scene. But
So I do have to tell you this because I have to tell you how they found them because they bring it up as a question. How did they find him at that coffee shop? Right? They're in the Muggle world. How did two wizards know where to go find Ron, Harry, and Hermione?
yeah.
It's actually how they end up getting captured by the Snatchers later on and taken to Malfoy Manor. With the might of the Ministry, they put a jinx on Voldemort's name. So if you say the name Voldemort out loud, any protection spells you have around you will be immediately deactivated,
Oh,
and someone will be able to apparate to you to be like, why did you say the Dark Lord's name out loud? Like,
Yeah.
everyone's supposed to be scared of him.
which
Why are you saying it?
okay, I didn't fully catch that, but
They didn't explain
I
it. They
obviously-
didn't explain it in the movie at all.
I obviously noticed that, like, yeah, it was pretty much instantaneous, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why everyone's been afraid to say the name, even though they've said it a million fucking times throughout the story, and even in
Yeah.
the books too. Because I thought, like, maybe they're just like not going to say he who should not be named, like throughout
Yeah.
the movie, because that is a mouthful. But even in the books, it's like I just hit the part where the Ginger's begging him to quit saying it.
Yeah.
when he's like having his whole spiel about everything.
This doesn't matter. Yeah, like
Yeah.
this is more than classes. Like, this is real world shit. That basically is what he's saying. I don't
Yeah, he
care
ends
about
up saying it like 8 times.
He's like, stop saying the name.
yeah, 100%. So
Yeah, that's how it happens. Actually, is that they're listening to the radio and they find out some news, and he's like, "Oh, that's it." Like the sword, and everything like that. There's some revelations there that I think are in part 2, so I'm not going to go into that. But Harry gets a little too excited because it's after Ron comes back, which we're going to talk about in a second. And Ron's warned them not to say the name because Ron, when he was away, found out that it's been tabooed, is what it's called. So if you say the name again, all the protective enchantments that they put around themselves, so like the scene where Hermione's out there and the Snatcher walks past, smells her, comes back and can't see her, all those spells are instantly deactivated by the Ministry's power.
yeah.
And then they know that you're there, and they know that you said the Dark Lord's name. Well, who says the Dark Lord's name? People who aren't scared of him. Who's not scared of him? The Order of the Phoenix, the bad guys to them.
Yeah.
So that's how they get caught, is Harry says the name, and so they instantly surround the tent, and then Hermione jinxes Harry. So that whole chase through the woods thing, purely for the movie.
Oh,
action.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like Mufasa.
Ooh, say it again.
Mufasa.
Ooh. But I loved the idea of Voldemort putting his name as taboo because
Yeah.
it's like the only people who are going to say it are people who are fighting against him, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone who's under him and supports him is going to call him the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
No, 100%. No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But yeah, it did make me think. I'm like, oh, maybe that's where like the paranoia came from the earlier stuff.
Yeah.
Is like, maybe that's what he was doing the last time around too, is like if you said his name, he'd appear type stuff. So, yeah.
Basically, that's what it comes down to, is that you say his name, someone's going to appear, and they're going to question you why you're saying it.
Yeah. Let's see if it works. Michael Myers. Damn.
Root beer.
Fluffy from Creepy Show.
Okay, you win. So Ron coming back, the scene with the sword in the pond. What'd you think?
Yeah. I think because it was funny because the whole first part of the movie was just so dark, and I feel like you can kind of feel like the shift midway through here, and I'm like trying to like piece it in my head where I'm like, I wonder how this fits in the book, like because I don't remember if I asked you or not, but I'm like, do you truly need 2 movies or not? So it's like, because this might be a quarter of the way through the book for all I know, but it's like,
I will say that
as a movie that felt like there was a very distinct turn, like I don't know, like kind of like Helm's Deep. Like there's just like feels like not entirely like the battle's completely changed, but it's like I felt like there was a tonal shift, and it was noticeable.
Yeah,
and it was about the time that he showed back up.
I think that there was justification for making 2 movies. There's obviously enough to.
I know it's a thick book.
It is,
because I remember
it's a very thick book. I did point out to you earlier that what we get in this movie is basically from July to April of 1 year, so almost an entire year in this one movie.
Yeah.
But a large part of it is them just wandering the wilderness.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where the Horcruxes are and everything.
Yeah.
The last parts of it here, that's about like the capture by the Snatchers, Malfoy Manor, the escape to Shell Cottage where Dobby dies, which we'll talk about. There is still a whole lot that happens after this.
No,
we're not anywhere near done. So I think it's justified, but also I fully expect that there was a cash grab here, because you could have done the whole camping stuff in 1 or 2 scenes. You didn't have to do 3/4 of the movie in it.
Yeah.
But I think it also builds the tension of the hopelessness of the task that Harry's been set by Dumbledore.
Yeah, I think honestly, just again, having no context of the books, I think this did work. Like, of course, it doesn't have like a full on like conclusion, but again, part 1 implies that to me, like, because this is like truly a part 1 in the sense of this isn't like the first of 2 movies. This is the first of 1 movie type thing. And it's like, I don't know. I think it did work, because I think like for me, again, being a Luddite, I don't know a lot about this stuff, but it's like, I think it worked to kind of show truly what is being experienced here.
Yeah, the monumental task that's been put before them.
Yeah.
And then Ron comes back, saves Harry's life. He was about to drown.
Yeah.
Because of the Horcrux around his neck, which, by the way, you fucking moron. Take the goddamn thing off before you jump into water. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah.
Like, I know hindsight's 20/20, but if the thing's evil and can't be destroyed, maybe don't take it to where you can't breathe.
Yeah.
I think that should just be a general rule,
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
It's kind of like if you're really, really scared of sharks, just don't go in the water.
Like, obviously,
it's like,
right? Like, it's obvious, right?
Yeah. It's like, if that is your greatest fear in life, like, you got nothing to worry
If
about.
you're on Endor and you have to go outside, don't take something that smells good to Ewoks.
I mean, first you just exterminate the fuckers. Just wipe them all out.
You can try. I think they exterminate you.
You can gas the planet from orbit.
I imagine that they're immune to that.
I'd be like Cruella DeVille. I'd just be covered in fucking
Ewok
pelts.
You look like Chewbacca.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and
a tie-dye.
I'd have a fucking goddamn house built with Ewok pelts.
Good lord,
just kill them all, man.
Ewok couch and
yes, 100%.
Table and
pillows.
Your bathroom would be carpeted in Ewoks.
To go next to my Hedwig pillow.
An Ewok and Hedwig pillow. Hey, Warwick Davis played an Ewok.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
yeah, I'm trying to think. We didn't see, now that you think about it, because we didn't see the school. We didn't see Maggie Smith. We didn't see, like, there's like a large number of recurring characters that we just didn't see in this.
Nope.
So
Snape was only in 1 scene. The very beginning, that's it.
I guess you're right. Yeah, he was mentioned a couple times.
Mentioned, but
So I think that made me like not lock onto the fact we only saw him at the very beginning. So
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't think anything of the dancing scene with Hermione.
No.
There's a lot of people who were like,
Shipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shipped it there. Yeah,
They
no.
started- they
I
started-
saw that,
yeah.
like in the sense of like, I bet you anything. There's like, if there were like, Harry Potter and Hermione truthers, like this is like their fucking scene
Yeah.
type thing. But no, I was like, this is nonsense. This is
I will say that the movies
this
do
is sisterly.
Yeah, it is. And the movies definitely do a piss poor job of building up the relationship between Harry and Ginny, but there is definitely something there. And I was kind of disappointed actually. I thought they had it in the movie when Ron destroys the Horcrux and everything, and Harry thinks that he's going to stab him. It's almost straight out of the book, but there's a speech, a conversation that happens afterwards between Ron and Harry, where it's just like, I've never thought of her as more than a sister.
Yeah.
It's not that, bro. Like it's not like that. I am not trying to take her from you.
Yeah.
And he reassures Ron because that's Ron's thing.
Yeah.
You see that come out of the Horcrux
Multiple
and there's a
times.
reason.
Multiple times he was like very driven by her, like
Yeah.
throughout the movie and throughout multiple movies, probably. So,
I
but
think
certainly in this one, there's a number of times that he did things that were not necessarily the smartest thing
No.
because of her. So,
I mean, love makes you blind, right? Love
Yeah.
makes you an idiot.
Yep.
I want to say I could fact check this. I think the kissing scene between Hermione and Harry was like incredibly awkward for the two of them to do
I've
because
heard that actually.
they've been such close friends through
Yeah, I think I've
years
actually.
of filming.
Yeah, I think I've actually heard that somehow. I don't know how, because of course I've not seen these, and it wouldn't have even clocked for me that it was a thing. But yeah, I think I've actually seen something about that, maybe an Instagram or something. But
Oh, here we go. I just hopped on the trivia because I figured I'd find it there. The very first trivia here. According to producer Dave Heyman, the work print of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was at 5.5 hours long, and the shooting script was close to 500 pages, which justified the decision to split the movie into two.
yeah, so general rule of thumb in film is a page is a minute.
Which is what you were...
So,
yeah.
500 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah. No, so that's fair. But that's gotta be tough though. Like, where do you cut? Because that's what I was like bracing for as the movie's getting closer to the end, where I'm just like, where do you end? Because like I know it's not going to be the end because it's not. This isn't like the end of a book, so it's like that's always that hard part when it comes to like something like that. It's like, where do you make that incision? Where do you make that cut that like separates what was a year or two between the movies? I actually don't know.
Between
This and the next one.
I think it was the next year.
So they filmed it all at once, and then they just like Lord of the Rings did and dropped it the next year.
I think so. Let me double check. 2010, 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just kind of one of those things like that must be a difficult thing to think about. Like where do you actually make that cut in your script and go, okay, this kind of makes it feel like a complete movie enough to stand on its own. And then
Oh, wow. Half-Blood Prince came out in 2009. So 2009, 2010, 2011, 3 straight movies.
yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
It is something I will say that I think they picked the perfect place with what happens in the second movie and what's left. I think they picked the perfect place to cut it right there.
Yeah.
Because you leave it on the moment with Dobby there at the end, which we will
Yeah. So
obviously.
the one thing I actually thought about multiple times as they were
Yeah.
like out and about is I was like, I thought about it from the perspective of the real world of like, there's no such thing as the volume back then. So it's like they were probably filming outdoors, and I'm like, there weren't necessarily drones, but I'm like, this had to have been like set leaks, not like massive, but like
Yeah.
there were photographers, there were, private airplanes taking, like, I have to imagine, right? Like when you
Yeah.
know that you've got like, the 3 actors out on a beach or some shit like that. Like, I just
Yeah.
couldn't imagine like the mania that was going on while this film was being made. Like I can only assume because I know what this has been for pop culture. So as they're filming the last movie, right? Like, because I don't remember if they would have known. I don't know if they would have known when they were filming this and they had split it into 2, or if that was made clear to the audience later on. So-
yeah. I mean,
so it
there's
just
either- yeah.
Or even there's times they're on the streets and stuff, and I'm like, I know a lot of that can be controlled, but it's like if you're on a street, like even if you close the street down, like there's going to be people that live on those streets, like pictures can be taken. I just
Yep.
I have to imagine this was a thing. around that time, whatever year you just said it was.
2010. So 16 years ago, this movie came out.
Yeah.
It's quite a time,
Yeah.
actually, like when you think about it. I don't see anything in here about the kissing scene, unfortunately, but so the Malfoy
Oh,
Manor.
I did see one recently where Sansa and Jon Snow, actors, were in a different movie where they're being romantic.
Yeah.
And it was a behind the scenes of them like making out for the movie, and then like once they cut, they both like started gagging.
Yes,
Because they just spent like 10 whatever years playing brother and sister.
I saw that too. That was so funny. I wouldn't have done it. I would have been like, no, you got to change the script. I'm not kissing my sister. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Well, what about I think it's Dexter, where like the two actors that play brother and sister ended up dating and became like pretty seriously.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I know from their perspective they're just going to a job and like whatever, but from the like viewer's perspective, like that's a brother and a sister. That's gross.
Yeah, it is. That's Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah.
No. So Malfoy Manor, they get captured. They get rescued by Dobby.
Yeah.
who- Harry talked to someone in the mirror.
And old Malfoy
Yeah.
again didn't blow the whistle. So,
No, he didn't. Calling it out.
yeah.
Tad has faith in Draco.
Yeah. I mean, what is it, Slytherin, right?
Yeah.
It's the coolest house name. So,
Gryffindor.
nah,
Yeah.
snakes, man. Snakes are badass. That's
Nah.
metal as fuck.
So
Plus,
Harry's-
Voldemort was in that house. You know it's good.
And I wonder what house Umbridge was in.
And Alan Rickman was was your teacher, man. How can you go wrong with Alan Rickman, sir?
Stop it.
Was she a Jigglypuff?
Dolores Umbridge was sorted in a Slytherin house. I fucking knew it. I
okay.
fucking knew it.
Yeah.
Power hungry bitch. So Harry's down in the basement in Malfoy Manor. Hermione's being tortured, and he talks into the mirror, and you see someone's eye.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No, they're playing coy there for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have predicted that old Gary Oldman might still be.
Think it's Gary Oldman?
Could be. So do we know where that mirror came from?
Gary.
Okay.
So
that adds
how it
because
I don't know- I don't
I just
remember-
read the first book. I'm
Yeah.
like I have like an hour left. There's the mirror where he sees his family, and I'm like,
it's not that
if
mirror.
as let's say if it's that mirror, I mean it could be Dumbledore, it could be his uncle,
No.
or it could
So
be
this mirror was given to Harry in book 5, but he didn't know what it was. It was given to him during Christmas after Arthur was attacked by the snake, and he has the vision of it, and he's not supposed to see that stuff. When they're leaving to go back to Hogwarts, Sirius gives him the package and says, "Hey, don't open this here. Molly wouldn't approve." And he's like, "But this is a way for you to communicate with me if you need me." And Harry's like, "Fuck that. If I communicate with him, he's going to come barging into Hogwarts and get arrested."
yeah.
After Sirius dies, he opens the package and finds the mirror, and there's a note saying, "This is a two-way mirror. Me and your father used to use these to communicate during detention. Say my name and it'll show me. And we'll be able to communicate that way." So it's just like, if Harry had done that instead of rushing off to the Ministry because he thought Sirius was captured, he would have been able to
Yeah.
confirm that Sirius was just fine at his house.
Yeah.
So that's where the mirror came from. It's Sirius's mirror.
I mean, like I said, I'm on record. Gary is eternal. So, also, I never trust an old, long bearded wizard to die and stay dead. So there's that too. So,
Okay,
I mean, we did see a corpse. So, which
We
is
did.
quite dark, actually.
we did.
That is quite dark. That's the actor, right? Too. So it's like, hey,
Yeah.
we got one scene for you here. You're just gonna lay here as a corpse.
Yep. That's all for this one. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Here's $1 million.
Yeah, probably.
God damn it.
And then this is not Harris, right?
No, that's the first two.
It's the first guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Because that's Jeremy
This
Harris
is,
from Chernobyl's dad.
Michael Gambon.
Because that's Jeremy Harris's or Jared
Yeah.
Harris's dad from Chernobyl. So,
Right.
Yeah, that was the first guy though. Okay.
And
No, I don't know.
so-
Gary Oldman, maybe that would be my suspicion because it's just like again, Gary's eternal.
Okay.
Gary cannot be defeated.
You did make the prediction. We'll get into your predictions here in a little bit. I just wrote down your prediction that's Gary's the one in the mirror. But we do have to talk about it now. Unfortunately, we are. Why are you laughing evilly?
Because I predicted it.
Malfoy Manor, and Dobby's the hero.
Yeah.
Buddy pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, the knife, and I was like, oh yeah, this is not going to work.
What did you think about Bellatrix carving mudblood in Hermione's arm? Very Holocaust.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. I mean, I've been saying that since the first movie. I think that there's definitely some racial purity undertones here, which is what surprised me because I thought these books were more childish, and then they would evolve with the children. But that doesn't mean there's still not dark elements there. So yeah, no, there's definitely some illusions. I mean, obviously the Ministry was all very Nazi coded for sure.
They're all wearing black too, except for fucking Umbridge wearing pink. Bitch.
I should get a shirt of her.
God,
face.
I will punch you if you get a shirt of her. I can't do it. I hate her so much. I do. I hate her so much, dude. I can't wait till you get to the books because she's just so
I was about
much
to say, I have to
worse.
imagine the book is really where the hatred comes from.
Oh,
right?
God, she is so much worse in the books. But she's bad enough in the movies. I don't remember a lot of the stuff. We talked about this when we watched the 5th movie. There's some stuff she does in the 5th movie. I'm just like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Like, that's just as bad as the bitch from the book.
Yeah. I will say also with the whole bamboozling in the early part of the movie, too, I think having him be with Hagrid was a get dead giveaway more so than even the owl.
You think so?
I'm just like,
if you wanted to bamboozle and put him with like Arthur or someone like that.
Yeah, 100%. Like it just felt like from the audience's perspective, I'm not saying like the people in the world would know that, but it's like
I think you're not thinking like Voldemort though. Voldemort would look at he goes after Mad Eye first because Mad Eye is the most capable Auror in the group.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's from the audience's perspective. Like it's a giveaway, but it
makes
that
sense
wouldn't
to
be
us. But for Voldemort, the list probably goes Mad Eye, then Kingsley Shacklebolt, the black fella. He is a Auror, and he's very powerful. Then Tonks, who's also an Auror. Then maybe Lupin, Arthur, Bill, and then probably Hagrid.
Who's the Weasley dad?
Arthur.
Oh, okay.
Arthur Weasley, yeah. So I think when you're looking at Voldemort, he looks at you see this in book 6.
Power.
Yeah, you see this in book 6. Dumbledore brings it up I think it's in the movie. But Harry's worried about them fitting in the boat, going out to the island in the cave. And he's like, I don't think Voldemort would have considered an underage kid as worth worrying about.
Yeah.
And that's his fault. That's his, that's his mistake. So, did Dobby's death get to you a little bit, or were you just too busy celebrating the fact that you were right?
I mean, no, I think they did a good job. I mean, I would say that I don't know if he's in it enough to have that much of an impact.
Right.
Like,
he's obviously in it much more in the books. Yeah.
I would assume so. But I mean, I feel like we haven't seen him in 3-4 movies.
We
Like
haven't seen him since movie 2.
Yeah, it's just it's. I'm not saying it's not effective because obviously they did a lot in this movie to kind of make him like kind of the MVP in a lot of ways. You know,
yeah.
Not to mention trying to dismember people. That put him on that put him on the list for me. So
maim and seriously injure.
Yeah, so like that. No, it was definitely done effectively, and I think that is kind of an interesting spot to largely end it. Right, that wasn't the last scene though, right? Or was that the last
his
scene?
burial? Oh no, the last scene was Voldemort taking the wand. So you get the gut punch, and then you get the fuck.
Yeah, no,
we're screwed.
Yeah, which is the perfect place to end it.
I mean, it's very, very Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, because I mean, when you're splitting it like this, like you're not going to be able to get any kind of resolution of like any kind of like even small win. Except, I mean, the escape might be seen as a small, but anyway, you're not going to be able to end on a win. So it's like end it on the darkest point. And like a lot of times, if you have a movie, there's that like the tail end of the second act is like the Dark Night of the Soul. It's the darkest point of the whatever. And so chances are, if you're cutting a movie, like you're going to end up in that darker portion when that cut happens. So you're going to end on a pretty bleak spot. And yeah. So
so we come to the end. What are your other predictions? We got one movie left, Ted, and then you've seen all the Harry Potters. I feel like I need to like buy you a cake or a present or something. Like Jesus Christ, it's about time.
It should be a Hedwig cake with X's eyes.
Oh my God. We did get 3 deaths in this movie. Hedwig, Dobby, and Mad Eye.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to retract my my prediction on the dead Gingers. I think at this point it would have happened. So I think that family might be able to make it through.
Okay. What'd she say?
Just stop in all caps.
Doesn't think.
Now I'm going to be really like I'm going to laugh really hard though if it turns out one of them does die in the next one, but I feel like the danger now is going to be on the main characters more. So I just thought that like raising the stakes would have been where you'd kill one of his family, because like they've done a lot to build that family and that kind of stuff. But I feel like now like raising the stakes we're past that. We're beyond the realm of raising stakes. We killed the owl. We killed the little goblin thing. We killed
Self.
Come on, Dad.
It looks like a goblin. So does Yoda.
No, Warwick Davis played a goblin in this, which, by the way, that was Warwick Davis.
I thought it might be.
Yeah, it was.
But it's a different character though.
It is. He plays 2 characters in these movies.
Yeah, he does that in Star Wars too.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 characters
Yeah.
actually. But yeah, so I think that killing one of the Weasleys would have been like that, like kind of raised the stakes. Like we're kind of getting close to the end game. Like shit's gonna get real. And I feel like this movie was that, and it wasn't them. So it's like I think we're past that now.
Okay.
To where I don't think that would make sense. I think now if someone's gonna die, it's gonna be like main character, like not the 3 probably, but we're gonna be seeing some big fucking like meaningful deaths.
Thinks it will be a main character if someone dies, but there will be deaths, is what
I think so, yeah. I think it's kind of hard to go into. I mean, we had a lot of deaths here, and it is the last book technically, so I could certainly be sold on the idea of no more deaths. Like,
I mean, you have to remember that Voldemort has the Elder Wand now, so like,
yeah.
What does that mean, and everything. So
yeah, but like usually, like if you're getting to the final chapter, that's when like shit happens and stuff.
Yep.
But technically, we're in the final chapter now. Again, I got to remember there's one book here. So,
right.
like, there's a chance that the 3 deaths we saw here are the deaths that would be for the... I'm not saying there won't be any, because I could still see potentially some, but
Okay.
I don't think it'll be the Weasleys. I think that was like that would have been more like ratchet up the tension of like, oh my God, I just lost one of my brothers. Like,
yeah.
Like, shit's getting real, but
Yeah.
this movie did that and it wasn't them. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me go through your predictions and things. You said, why did they make Harry go back to the Dursleys? I don't think they ever explained it in the movies.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
So the question now is, with one movie left to go, do you want me to answer it after we watch the next movie, or wait for you to read it in the books?
For the...
Why do they make Harry go back to the Dursleys?
I mean, just seems like that's just the way it's done, right?
Yeah.
Like, just...
There is an answer. It's in the books. It's just not in the movies. So it's just a question of, do you want me to tell you, or do you want to just read it in the books?
No, I'll get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You say Ron and Hermione end up together, and he...
Oh, I mean, that's done.
It's done. Okay.
We're not even...
What are we even talking
We're
about
not
here?
talking about this anymore. Of course it's done. It's a thing.
These are your predictions.
No,
so
I know.
Okay.
I'm just...
okay.
Yeah, I feel like that one's like sunk. Like that's done
Okay,
now.
check.
Like
Check
yeah,
that.
I did the Jordan fade there for that one.
Kobe. Check. Ginny and Harry might end up together. Wonders if Cho gets a second chance.
We haven't seen her anymore, so that's not a thing. But that's the one I predicted as a sister, right? Is that who he was kissing?
That's
yeah,
what's Ginny and Harry might end up together is your prediction. But you did wonder later if Cho gets a second chance after their breakup. So
yeah, but we don't even see that character again, right?
no, I don't think so.
We haven't up to this point. I don't
Yeah,
think.
we haven't recently. Wonders where Dobby is. In the ground.
Yes.
Too soon?
3 feet under. Instead of 6 feet.
It's like 'cause he's little.
Real short.
You still don't think Snape is bad even after killing Dumbledore. You even alluded to that earlier.
Yeah.
So that still stands.
That conversation's still there.
Wonders if Ron and Hermione get fleshed out more as characters. How do you feel about that one?
Say that one more time.
Ron and Hermione get fleshed out more as
Yeah, I
characters.
think they've done a good job of that.
Okay.
Early on, it just felt like we weren't really building them out much, but I think they've done plenty for that now.
I'm gonna delete that one since it's been answered. I'm also gonna delete the Ron and Hermione end up together one since you feel that it has been answered.
Yeah.
The Ginny and Harry one. Delete
mean,
that one or
No,
what do you think?
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's
Okay, you feel those ones have been answered. We don't need to cover those again. Okay.
yeah.
Wonders where Dobby is. We can delete that one
With prejudice.
with prejudice.
Deleted.
Deleted. This is what you had before. Ron will lose some family members. Then I put now he doesn't think they will die. After the 7th movie, thinks it'll be more main characters if someone does die, but there will be deaths. Is what I
Yeah.
have down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm counting Snape as a good guy if he dies. If he has
Counting Snape
if
because
if
he is a good
he
guy.
if he has some kind of self-sacrificial, like, see, all along, I almost said Gandalf. Dumbledore told me to do all that. Like, this has all been his plan. I just, again, there's too much. It's kind of like you've alluded to a few of the things.
Yep.
There's been a few things where they've thrown some stuff out there for us, and I'm not saying they want us to forget it.
Yep.
But they've thrown stuff out there that hasn't paid off, and like I'm expecting some
Yeah.
payoff. So,
you said Dumbledore will die sometime in 7 or 8. You made that prediction after book 4 or 5. So
even early on, I was like, if you guys keep saying that we're completely safe as long as he's around,
Yeah.
you're gonna
yeah,
like that's why I predicted
he's
later.
the only one that Voldemort ever feared.
Yes,
it's like,
exactly.
It's shut up.
It's like, okay, so if you're gonna ratchet up the tension for like the final showdown
Yeah.
going into the tail couple books,
Mhm.
he's got to get removed. Like it's just
Yep.
like the Fellowship's gotta. If the Fellowship's gonna break, Gandalf's got to be gone. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Dumbledore's over here. Shut up.
yeah, quit fucking saying that, motherfucker. Sticks him with his wand. You fucker, quit saying that.
Thinks there will be some deaths in the next 3 books. You made that prediction after book 4. So Sirius, Dumbledore, Hedwig, Dobby, and Mad Eye so far have died after that prediction. So
here's the thing I'd ask you at this point right now.
yes,
If you had Malfoy dad,
Lucius.
I guess I don't know if I count Voldemort or not.
Okay.
Of the villains beyond the main villain on
Okay.
the board, and you get to pick one that's gonna die for sure.
Umbridge.
No, I didn't think it was.
Umbridge.
It wasn't even a question, right?
It's not a question. It's Umbridge.
If I put Voldemort in the equation,
Umbridge.
okay.
I want her dead. I want her head on a spike. I hate that woman. Anyone who tortures children is a vile piece of shit. I'm sorry, they are.
Yeah.
You did have one after book 4 that you're worried about Neville. The only scene we have of him is him on the train.
Is him being very stupid.
So I'm leaving that one. I'm going to combine these two because they go together. Does not think Gary Oldman is dead, will either be back or as a Force ghost is what I wrote down. And then thinks Gary Oldman is in the mirror.
He's the man in
You
the
made
mirror.
this prediction after the last movie. Draco Malfoy is going to be redeemed.
And I'm feeling pretty good about that one.
And I can delete this one because happily you were wrong about this one. Thinks the next headmaster is not going to be great. Maybe Umbridge. I remember that made me seethe, and I'm glad that was wrong. You're wrong.
But there's plenty of people that are probably falling for the nonsense, and the fact that old Snape is in charge is not making some people happy, I'm guessing.
I mean, he is evil, so.
I don't know. He's Alan Rickman. He can't be evil.
He's
He's only ever been a lovable character.
No. Get out of here. All right. That is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. We got one left. How you feeling? You ready for it?
Yeah, and we got that coming up May 9th. So
Just a little under a month.
Under a month. Yeah, we got
No,
second,
I knew we weren't
2
going to wait too
episodes
long.
away.
I knew we weren't going to wait too long. So it's my next episode.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I made sure to put 7 and 8 movies right back to back. I didn't want to wait too long.
yeah. I actually just realized I didn't do my next time on.
Uh-oh.
Slide. So riff for a second.
Let's see. Tad is terrible because he keeps talking about Hedwig as a pillow. I really don't think you understand how much I truly hate Umbridge. I really truly do. Like, she might be my most hated character of all time across everything. Like,
Really?
everything.
Over Carmody?
Dude, they're basically the same character.
Yeah.
My wife says, indeed, hashtag Tad is terrible.
Well, this slide isn't working exactly right because it's a long title, but
Okay.
it'll work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that in 2 episodes from now. Next, just a few days under a month.
Yeah.
But next time on Geekery Bides, my next episode, Peter's not happy about it. 5 movies that needed sequels and 5. Or no, you weren't unhappy about this one
No.
necessarily. So it's basically a top 10 list, but 5 movies that should never had sequels. Or I'm sorry. 5 movies that needed sequels, so some ones that were one hit wonder movies that are like, I would have wanted
Why
more
didn't
of
we
that.
get another movie?
Yeah, and then 5 that didn't. So what are 5 that you would have just
Yep.
killed in the cradle and just had one movie?
Yeah.
So I think that'd be a fun conversation. I don't know what hit me on that, but yeah, my shotgun list is stout-ish, especially on the second part.
I have a tease I will tell you right off the bat. There's one on there that you're not going to be happy about.
I will make sure my knives are ready and sharpened.
Knives are apt for this character too. For this movie,
What's that?
knives are apt for this movie too.
All right. Yeah, so that's fun. Yes. And then I think that we have the Harry Potter book, or has that been plugged in yet? Later in the year?
No, we're
Not
leaving
yet.
it. We're leaving it to see how.
Oh,
you,
because we don't know for. Oh no, you put it on there for November.
we penciled it in for November. I don't
So
think we're
now
going to
because
get there.
my scheduling doesn't necessarily look all the way up. I think on YouTube, I think I have us up through August.
Sure.
But yeah. So yeah, sounds good. For that, I will sign off as I always do by saying, oh, almost said the wrong thing there. Love what you love. Let your geek flag fly high, and to hell with anything. To hell with anyone that says anything to you about guilty pleasures.
I want Umbridge to die.
Glorious. All right. See you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.